takes the snap. Head up to Devontae Freeman. Cuts it left. In a foot race, he'll win. Untouched. Diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Points off turnovers.
Line takes the snap. 5-man pressure. Throws toward the end zone left. Diving catch. Touchdown. Hooper and Atlanta. First and goal for the Falcons from the 5. Sanu motions left to right. Coleman to the left to Ryan from the gun. Extends the hands, takes the snap. Backs up, stands and flares it right for Coleman at the 5. He'll outrun Ninkovich inside the pylon. Touchdown Atlanta. Brady left the foot, slaps the hand, stops the foot, takes the snap. 4-man rush. He's pressured. He throws down the middle. Pass is picked up. It's coming back to the right. Alfred on the run to the 40. Galloping to the 40 of New England. Goodbye. 20, 15, 10. He's going to waltz into the end zone on a pick 6 to expand the Falcons' lead.
You know, the losses in this game are tough. I mean, you're going to live with those for the rest of your life. And those will be games if you lose. There's regrets about every play in that game. So, you know, when you win, you don't think about any of those things. There's no regrets. So you just got to try to put everything aside so you can have your best performance on Sunday night. And, you know, that's really what I want to get to be focused on.
Brady takes the snap. Back pedals. Fires left. Catch made by White. Trips to the inside. Dives across the goal line. Touchdown, Patriots.
There's one.
Ryan waits on the snap. He'll take it. Backs up. A blitzer coming. And Hightower gets to the quarterback. Ball is loose. Patriots sacking Ryan and recovering at the 25. Alan Branch comes away with a football force off the sack by Hightower.
This is a massive mistake.
Brady stands in the pocket alone. An empty set, readjusting Amendola and Mitchell. Tom takes the snap, backs up, looks left, throws it for Amendola. Yeah. Touchdown, Patriots! Brady realigns at him and in short motion. Direct snap to James White, runs up the middle. He's in for 2. Brady faking as if a high snap, but the ball directly fed to White, and he pushes his way forward. It's a 1-score game. 70 seconds to go. Ball just inside the 1 right hash mark. Brady will move under center. Brady surveys the defense. Tom takes the snap. He backs up, hands it to White. Up the middle. Touchdown, Patriots! They go within 2 in Super Bowl 51. Tom takes the snap. Quick throw to Amendola. Screen left. A flag as he reaches across the goal line for a score. There is a penalty marker on the play.
They're offsides. That's it.
The Patriots with an apparent 2-point conversion. A conference by the officials. It's a tie game in Super Bowl 51.
First for everybody. Give it some.
It's been a challenging year for, you know, my family, just for some personal reasons. And, you know, it'd just be nice to have everyone here watching us this weekend, you know, to try to make them proud.
Brady stands and throws it to the near side. Amendola makes the grab on a perfect throw over the shoulder.
That was sick. Absolutely disgustingly sick.
Brady stands in. He throws it to the far side of the field. Coming back. Hogan makes the catch. Tackled at the 36. Hogan fought for it. Brady takes the snap. He throws down the middle in traffic. Catch by Edelman. First down grab in front of Alford at the Falcon 25. Play fake by Brady. A flip and a screen right for James White. Runs to the 25-20. Cuts it right to the 15 with a first down for the Patriots.
Tom works very hard. Tom prepares well, always has. He's very diligent in his preparation. It's not an up and down thing at all. It's consistent every week.
Second and goal to go from the Atlanta 2. James White is set behind Brady. Will move under center. Trips to the right. Bennett to flat end left. Second and goal to go from the 2. Toss sweep right for James White. Pucks it up with the right arm. Cuts it upfield. Driving forward. Diving to the goal line. It's still a touchdown. And a title for the Patriots.
I can't believe it.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, led by the greatest quarterback in Super Bowl and NFL annals.
One more ring.
James White. And a silver trophy is coming back to New England.
I love this team.
A lot has transpired during the last 2 everybody. Good morning. We are the Toucher and Rich radio program. And there you have it. The New England Patriots are champions for the 5th time.
These are the days that it's extremely fun to do radio, especially when you know that there's a gentleman on hold who has been calling, and we've been speaking with both Fred and I for the last, 45 minutes or so, because he's been calling our cell phones.
He is the voice of the New England Patriots, Mr. Scott Zolak. Mr. Scott Zolak, hello, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
You've gotten very...
What time is it?
It is... our time, it is 6:09. Your time, it is 5:09.
I'm in a bed with 2 women right now.
Really?
One is my wife. The other is my sister who came down from Chicago, and I'm so glad they're here to see this and share this. Hey, watch your mouth. We're on live radio. Okay, come on, honey. Be classy.
That's right. Be classy. Now, what happened after? So the game ends. Obviously, it's very exciting. It's a unprecedented comeback, unprecedented win, and so what?
Greatest comeback in any game I've ever seen or been a part of. I don't care what sport. And I literally rubbed Bob Sosie's head for the last 3 hours and told him how much I love him and I'd take a bullet for him. We called the greatest Super Bowl comeback in NFL. This is an all-timer, man. I'm not sleeping for 4 days. I don't care.
So tell me about what happened. He's here. He's here. And you know what? Can you give him a little punch through the phone?
No, hell no. I love that kid, man.
There you go. Oh, boy. Scott is really feeling happy.
Check him out. So take me through what happened after the game is done, because, you got to spend all evening with the Patriots and their big celebration. What happened?
So once they started to set up the podium and everything, Bertrand took over the post-game show, so I had the opportunity to go down. So I got down there before Goodell got up on the stage. So once he got up on the stage, honey son, and then they escorted him off. So the whole place started booing Goodell. So they passed the trophy to Kraft. Terry Bradshaw was there. They get Brady up. So first of all, it was Deion Lewis. Get your phone. So Deion Lewis was up there. I don't think Brady wanted to go up there because Goodell was up there. And then you should have seen him rush off the stage. And he got booed out of a stadium like a Justin Bieber concert at Gillette Stadium. And they put his name up on the board.
So Brady, you're saying Brady didn't take the trophy from Goodell?
Correct.
Okay, so they had Deion Lewis take it.
But Deion scored a game winner, and he had a big game. No, it was James White.
Yeah, James White. Okay, James White.
So it's James White.
Okay.
So, and then they rushed Brady off. He was with his kids and his wife and his family, and just everything that he's been dealing with for 18 months with his mom and that situation. It's just I can't explain it. I really can't.
So okay. So after you're on the field, where do you go from there?
They played Josie on the field after the game. It was great.
I heard it. Yes.
Okay.
You could hear it.
So they played Josie, and then you leave the stadium, and where do you go?
I stayed on the field. Then we went to NRG Center where the post game party was, where that was off the hook. So
okay,
that was pretty off the hook.
Okay, what was going on there?
So they opened up with John Legend. I mean, they had Little Old Dominion and Little Wayne and Snoop Dogg. So I mean, that's how that thing went down. You know what I mean? Pitbull was there, like Mr. Worldwide. He was fist pumping. I'm in the front. Rich, I sent you the pictures. You can tweet them up.
Okay, is Pitbull in the picture?
Did I send a Pitbull picture?
No, send me a Pitbull picture. I need to see that.
I'll send you a Pitbull picture. I mean, it's the same thing. Fist pump, everybody's dancing around. It's like people weren't fired. It's like 2 Super Bowl wins in 3 years, and it's Pitbull again in the post game. But I love Pitbull. I dance to that.
You're saying that it's a little redundant.
It's the same songs. We were rocking to that. It was good.
Okay, and you said Little John was there. Is that right, or Little Wayne? Which one?
Little Wayne. Okay. No shirt. I mean, you should have seen Garoppolo and Brissett. Oh man, Blunt was off the hook.
Are we going to get another video of Mr. RKK himself doing some sort of break dance next to, like last time it was Rick Ross, I think. Was he on stage as well last night?
He was not on stage. Absolutely not.
Really?
Correct.
Did you get to spend time with either him or Jonathan and get a sense?
Yes.
Okay, what is your sense of? I guess, I mean, this is kind of closure. In the end, they win.
Kind of
this
closure.
Whole Deflategate thing,
closure.
Right? It is closure. Did you get a sense of how they were feeling, or did they say anything to you about that?
They didn't say anything to me about that, but just the smile, the grins ear to ear. Belichick was there in the post game with his girlfriend, all his kids, everything. I mean, for him to stick around and mingle with all the fans, it's just You can tell that's a big one, man. This is unreal. 25-point deficit. I've never seen anything like this.
How was Gronk last night?
He was not there.
He wasn't at the party?
All the brothers were. The brothers were there with no shirts.
They all had no shirts on, but Gronk was not there?
Gronk was not there, but the brothers were there partying. So that's cool, you know?
Okay.
Any idea where Gronk was, or why he wasn't there?
The back, rest in the back. So he was there at the early part of the game, and then I think at halftime he stayed up at the box. So he's really taking care of himself this week.
Jeez, man. All right. Well, I mean,
who was the most effed up out of all the players?
No one really. I mean, like, nobody was like 2 years ago. You know,
there was no one like Matt Light that was staring at their hands?
Like Matt Light couldn't feel his hands a couple of years ago. I mean, there was nothing like that.
Did you know that somebody went into the locker room and apparently stole Tom Brady's game jersey?
Who did that?
It's missing.
They're still looking for it.
They're still looking for it. It was Edelman. They're still trying to figure out who it was.
It was either Edelman or his dad, Frank. His dad, Frank, listens to our show all the time. He loves us. He really likes Bertrand.
All right. Well, listen, man, great call of the game. I mean, all morning long, it's going to be Zogasm after Zogasm. Probably
I love you guys, man. Everybody's been calling, but you know my loyalty. Touch your mention.
That's right, baby.
That's right. How's everyone else doing in that room? Everyone feeling good? Everyone getting ready for some rest? Or you keep
good. We're going to airport in like an hour. It's not good.
All right, it's not good. All right. Well, Scott, thank you so much for the time.
Walk at 10 o'clock.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Scott.
See you, Zell. I love you too.
Love you too. Here's the CBS Sports Minute with Boomer Esiason, brought to you by Commonwealth Insurance Partners.
All right, Gerard, when did you think that this was actually possible? Because at 28-3, it looked like it was over. 28-9, you missed the extra point. You're still thinking, it's just not happening.
I think when Hightower made that play, you saw the energy levels go through the roof. Everyone had confidence. You still have Tom Brady in that offense on the other side of the ball. Those guys performed. I knew they had a chance.
Talk to me a little bit when you look at this game, because we sit here and you say that's the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. How does the other side look at it when you're up by 25 points and, oh, by the way, you had a chance to get a field goal in the fourth quarter that would ice the game?
You know what? I am the biggest Patriot fan in the world, but that was the largest meltdown that I've seen since Pete Carroll not running the ball
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. So Dan Quinn, you might be the guy, the bad luck charm there.
Did you see the Patriots do anything to adjust to what Atlanta was doing offensively? Because basically they were doing whatever they wanted.
Yeah. So the first three quarters, Atlanta's defensive line really dominated the game. Mm-hmm. So what did Josh McDaniels and Bill do? They started throwing screens. They started throwing quick passes on the outside to slow those guys down. And when they started doing that, the run after catch really came into play.
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering at various points in that late third quarter, fourth quarter, why they weren't up-tempoing it, but they did keep them on the field. I think it was over 90 plays, which is ridiculous.
Definitely. And you know what? Atlanta, they were up big all game, but the yardage wasn't there. Nothing. If you were to look at the stat sheet, there was no way you would see 28-9.
Right.
So these guys coming back, huge meltdown, but those guys really played well in the fourth quarter.
Recapping what you missed is Toucher and Rich. Last night.
.98.5, the Sports Hub. We're Toucher and Rich, the AT&T fan line, 617-779-0985. And Rich, it was a Super Bowl for the ages.
The greatest quarterback of all time and the greatest coach of all time just pulled off the greatest Super Bowl comeback of all time in the greatest Super Bowl of all time.
Three-man rush. Brady stands in, throws it to the near side. Amendola makes the grab on a perfect throw over the shoulder. Shotgun snap. Brady stands in. He throws it to the far side of the field. Coming back. Hogan makes the catch. Turns to the far sideline. Then he cuts it back inside. Tackled at the 36. Brady takes the snap. He backs up. He steps up. He throws down the middle in traffic. Catch by Edelman. First down grab in front of Alford. Play fake by Brady. A flip and a screen right for James White. Runs to the 25-20. Cuts it right to the 15. Out of bounds. Forced to the sideline by Alford. James White is set behind Brady. Will move under center. Trips to the right. Bennett to tight end line. Second and goal to go from the 2. Toss sweep right for James White. Tucks it under the right arm. Cuts it upfield. Driving forward. Diving to the goal line. A touchdown. And a title for the Patriots.
I can't believe it.
was a beating so lopsided in the first half that even superfan Mark Wahlberg left the game before it was over. And even Donald Trump reportedly left his own Super Bowl party because he couldn't stand to see his guys get humiliated this way on such an enormous stage. But despite being down 28-3 late in the third quarter, Tom Brady couldn't care less what the president or Marky Mark thought.
Brady under center. Tom takes the snap. Quick throw to Amendola. Screen left. A flag as he reaches across the goal line for a score. There is a penalty marker on the play.
They're offsides. That's in.
The Patriots with an apparent two-point conversion. A conference by the officials. It's a tie game in Super Bowl 51.
High fives for everybody. Give me some.
Yep, Tom Brady.
High five party.
It was a high five party, yes. According to, what's his name, Mr. Kirk Cousins, it was a high five party, but Tom Brady.
Zoe's back on the line.
Is Zoe back on,
good.
of course.
Scott Zolak, hello, sir.
How you doing? Just packing here.
Love you, man.
What's up there, Zoe?
Now Wallach's telling you that he loves you.
I love you, man.
She's not good. She's not good right now. It's okay. We couldn't leave. You didn't see Pitbull. If we left, you'd never see Pitbull. You never saw Pitbull. You said Pitbull phone. Okay. I feel like Fred. You remember Fred was on Ambien?
Yes, I do remember that time Fred was on Ambien, yes.
No, it's not that bad. I'm not. I mean, hey, we saw Heather. Who'd you see? Pitbull.
You saw Pitbull? Yeah.
We hang out with the trophy, hanging out with that with RKK. That's right. Ted Johnson. That's right. Willie Mack. Lloyd was there. A lot of fans. There's a lot of fans there.
Now, are you flying back with the team?
Oh yeah, tomorrow. We don't go on a team plane. Only the team goes on the team plane on the way back after the Super Bowl. So they get to hang out with the trophy and have a nice time of that. We're kind of all bunched there with the friends that came in and staff. So we're coming back early. We're leaving in an hour.
What was Tom Brady doing during the party?
He was not at the party.
So Tom Brady didn't go to the big celebration party?
Did not.
Where do you think he went? Do you know?
Probably at a private party himself. Probably with the family. I mean, talk about being emotional. My God.
There's obviously some way cooler party that Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski went to than everybody else last night.
18 years I've been to a lot of Super Bowls. The best party of the week was the Barstool party.
The best party of the week was the Barstool party.
Off the hook. Crazy.
All right.
So when's your flight?
8 o'clock.
Okay, so you got time.
I got a little bit of time.
Are you going to sleep at all, or are you going to stay up?
No, hell no. I'm good.
All right, man. How do you feel? All right. So now, are you feeling? Are you tired at all? Or are you just like just are you on? I don't even know what to ask you right now. You're a mess.
Everything hurts at this point. But 25-point deficit. You call it the greatest game in Super Bowl history. What are you gonna do? All
right. So are you going to be able to rally through the plane?
I got a Zarka water bottle and some Cheetos here that my sister brought, and I'm gonna eat that and put my cowboy hat on, and I'm going to the airport.
All right.
I'll take pictures from airport.
All right. Well, please do. Call in whenever you want.
I love you guys, even Walt.
All right.
Thank you, buddy.
Me too, bud.
Tell Bird I said hi. All right.
Okay.
All right. I will tell Bird that. Well, why do we feel like every 5 minutes our hotline's going to ring?
That's not a bad thing.
I'll answer it every time.
That's not a bad thing.
Let's let the man have his fun. Well, Tom Brady went on to lead 5 straight scoring drives to win Super Bowl 51. Up until that point, the largest comeback in Super Bowl history was down 10, if you didn't hear it 1,000 times last night.
Indeed.
The Patriots came back from down 25. When the score was 28-3, Falcons, Atlanta had a 98.6% chance of winning the Super Bowl. But as we've learned a lot over this past year, never trust statistics. That's because statistics don't account for the enigma that is Tom Brady. He went 43 for 62, 466 yards. That's the most in Super Bowl history. 2 touchdowns and an interception. And he was 12 of 16 for 150 yards on that tying and winning drive in the fourth quarter in overtime. And then there are moments that even years from now we're not going to believe happened, like this absurd catch by Julian Edelman, which may have beaten David Tyree as the greatest Super Bowl catch of all time.
From the near hash of the 36. Shotgun snap to Brady. Stands in, throws down the middle for Edelman. Ball's tipped, and Julian diving for it. As Olford cut in front of the receiver, Edelman has it. Did he make the catch?
He's got
it. He did! win.
You gotta be
at
kidding
the
me.
40.
How he didn't let that thing hit the ground, I'll never have any idea.
There's two limbs that helped out in that cause.
And I would say there are other limbs that were all stuck in the middle of it. That
he shouldn't have caught it. It bounced off one guy's knee and got stuck on another guy's foot, neither of which were his.
Yeah.
And somehow he managed to keep that from hitting the ground. That was better than David Tyree's catch. Easily.
I mean, it was.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, NFL teams were 0-124 all-time in the playoffs, went down by 17 or more points entering the fourth quarter once again. Patriots rewrote history. So after tying moments before the end of regulation, the Patriots won the coin toss thanks to Matthew Slater's scientific calculations based on wind resistance and currency weight estimations.
Right. The heaviness of the guy.
So the Patriots marched down the field, and Tom Brady did it again. And let's hear the Falcons' home radio call of that final play, shall we?
3 receivers to the right, and White is the running back. 11:08 to go in the first overtime. They'll toss it to White, left. And James White has won the Super Bowl.
If you just wanted to see misery, just follow the Facebook posts of Falcons fans throughout the game. I mean, chickens before they hatch is a underestimation of all of this. And my God, it was just what a kick in the balls. Arthur Blank was already on the field celebrating, and then that happened. What's really amazing about all this is that Tom Brady has now been credited with a game-winning drive in all 5 of his Super Bowls. Think about the 5 wins. He's the guy, the driving force behind all 5 of those.
Well, all 5 of them were close. They only play close Super Bowls. The 7 games that Brady's been in a Super Bowl, every game up until last night had been won or lost by under 4 points. Well, that's how it goes.
Well, after the headlines, when we get back, we have some post-game stuff. And on top of that, you may not have seen it because he didn't do it up on stage when he was accepting the trophy, but Tom Brady, a little bit of a middle finger to Roger Goodell. He actually did something that mentioned Roger. We will get to that after the headlines.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, this morning when he gets his trophy. That will be the end of it.
Deal.
That will be the end of it.
That is it.
This is it. We talked about this.
That is it.
There's
Everything
no excuse after today.
Happened.
No,
it was even better. It was even better.
Fine. And then everyone can be joyous about that. But that, my friends, is over. Finally. Put a bow on it. Hurley's spitting in the wind at this point. So we will have all that for you. Here are the headlines.
98.5, the Sports Hub. Toucher and Rich. Sports Hub headlines.
Patriots produced the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history last night, rallying from down 28-3 with under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter to beat Atlanta in overtime 34-28. James White's 2-yard TD run on the first possession of overtime won it. He added a touchdown catch as well.
I mean, it's just a great team victory. I mean, you couldn't even write this script. You could never imagine it, but we went out there and did it. It's a great team victory.
Tom Brady threw for a Super Bowl record 466 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception that was returned for a score. Brady also was voted the Super Bowl MVP for a record 4th time and has 5 championships as well, which is a record for an NFL quarterback. Patriots get their Duck Boat Championship parade beginning at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yesterday afternoon, Celtics won their 7th in a row, 107-102 over the LA Clippers. Isaiah Thomas, 28 points. Celtics now 2 games behind Cleveland for the best record of the East. They visit Sacramento Wednesday night. And Boston College is the defending champion as the Beanpot begins tonight. BC plays BU in the second game of the evening. Harvard and Northeastern are first up. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Flaming Leprechaun Irish Whiskey and Fiery Cinnamon Whiskey, now available in Boston. I'm John Wallach at Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update in 30 minutes.
.98.5 The Sports Hub. We are Toucher and Rich, and the New England Patriots are champions, Rich.
Zola keeps texting me photos from the Patriots party, and I'm not sure if he realizes that half of them are blurry.
I don't think I would say that's a guarantee that he doesn't know that.
All right, well, yesterday was the moment. I don't see how it gets much better than what I'm about to play, because there's been a lot of talk about Roger Goodell coming to Gillette and how he'll get the what for and all this stuff. But for this to happen to Roger Goodell on the biggest stage when, 100 million people are watching? If you're a Patriots fan, it doesn't get better than this moment.
And it's over now.
Well, it's over when he gets the trophy at 9:30, which we will probably broadcast live.
It's over now.
Then it's over. But this is what a perfect ending.
What a wonderful football game tonight. That's what NFL football is all about. Robert, you know how hard these are to get. And this is your 5th under your leadership, Coach Belichick and Tom Brady. What an unbelievable achievement from your organization. Congratulations to your organization, and to your fans, and your community. We're so proud of you. Take your Super Bowl trophy home to New England.
Honest question. Have you ever heard anyone booed that loudly anywhere ever in your life?
David Stern at times.
Gary
David
Bettman.
Stern,
Yeah.
that's 17,000 people. That's like 60,000 people,
No,
it sounds
I understand,
Gary
but I mean, there was
to the point where you couldn't hear them. Once again, those are small
Gary
arenas.
Bettman gets, I mean, deafening.
Listen, how many people are watching Gary Bettman get booed as opposed to the Super Bowl?
Every single person that's watching the game.
Well, I would say that's what? How many people? 500,000 are watching a Gary Bettman
I don't
game?
think. I think the
maybe
hatred.
2 million.
The hatred for commissioners at times is universal. Now, granted, Goodell in
never
a
that
stadium
loud.
packed with Patriots fans, and by all accounts, there were 10 Patriots fans for every one Falcon fan in Houston. But I think if you put Stern in a 60,000 seat stadium, it would have been just as loud.
Yeah. Or Bettman.
No,
not
I
like
disagree.
that. Not with such force and such anger and that amount of
no
people
convincing you.
in
All right.
front of that big
Dan
crowd.
Roach is on the phone.
Danny.
Dan Roach, hello.
Hi, fellas. How we doing?
All right, so have you gotten any sleep?
No, I'm at the Breakfast Club with a K at the Houston airport, waiting to 4 to 7 o'clock flight to come home and then anchor the early shows at 5 and 6 on WBZ today.
All right, so what are you drinking?
Yeah, I had water, coffee, and an orange juice.
Okay. Now, was that the most exciting event? You are a big baseball guy. How many days till pitchers and catchers?
7.
Okay, so is that the most exciting event you've ever been to?
Yeah. I mean, the Red Sox run with down 0-3 and, being at Yankee Stadium the year after that whole thing and the curse, that was like a great run. That one singular game was ridiculous, and it really was it was a cool, just thing to witness, and it's just everyone was down. Oh, it was just like fantastic. And to watch Brady do what he did was just like, that's one you'll never ever forget. And like to be there at that place on the field after the game, everybody was the same. The Patriots were just stunned that they had pulled off that miracle, and every player we talked to after the game, they were just like so grateful to have won again and to watch Brady do what he did. It was pretty awesome. That was one of those lifetime highlights that you'll never forget.
I heard that, and I have not seen the clip, but I heard that you were very envious of a certain player on the New England Patriots because they were going somewhere.
Yes, to Disney World. And I asked him what it was like. We asked him what it was like to look into the camera and say, a message to the fans. Was James White, and then say, about the parade. The parade is Tuesday at 11, so say, hey, you got the fans in New England back home. What do you say to them as you come home? And he did a nice thing, and I said, I also understand that you're going to the happiest place on earth. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to Disney World. I live right near there. So he's the one who got the I'm going to Disney World commercial, which is like awesome. So good for him.
Would you retire there?
Disney World, I would retire there in a second.
Okay, and then you would just go. How often would you go to the park?
Every day. But I would pace it. Like I would like to live just near, or maybe in the boardwalk villas, because you have the ambiance of Disney, but you also you're kind of off campus a little bit, and then you can go to the parks when you want at night and things like that. I live in Florida, so I'd get the Florida resident pass, and I just make it like a part of my life. Every day I'd wake up in Disney and just feel like today's another opportunity to have enjoyment in the happiest place on earth. It was great.
Well, when the kids are out of college, that you could do that.
I know. Well, I got to keep working to pay for college first, Fred.
Well, I just said when the kids are done with college. I mean, you only have.
When I'm done paying for college, that never ends.
Okay. All right. Well, Danny, safe travels.
Thanks, guys. It was awesome. What an awesome. it's an APD today because there's zero negativity. You can't say anything bad about the Patriots. That was just, you guys must have been just pumped. It was unbelievable.
All right, what is more exciting, in all honesty, what are you more excited about, the aftermath of that game or pitches and catches?
Both. I think
stop
the flow
that.
will carry.
No, stop that. Stop that.
This is like double whammy. It's truck day today.
I know, truck day, Daddy. Truck day.
What are you more excited for, the aftermath of the Super Bowl or pitchers and catches?
Pitchers and catchers.
Yeah,
of course.
All right, thank you.
See you guys.
Don't lie to me. Mm-hmm. I know that. All right, we have full phone lines. We can get to all those.
And I'll
Water,
play you coffee, and an orange juice.
Of course.
Of course.
We'll also play that thing that Tom Brady actually did mention Roger. We will play that also after the commercials.
Yes, the Flakegate is over.
9:30, it's over.
Stop putting disclaimers on it. It's over. It's over. Forever and ever.
No,
forever and
the
ever.
final chapter of the book will end with...
I agree with Rich. You have to wait till the end of this program, then it's over.
At the end of the show, it's over.
It's another 2.5 hours, and you're fine. You carry the press conference, it's over.
And it will never be mentioned again. And there will be no more finding some obscure writer and yelling at them.
Right.
It is all over.
But then DroneGate starts. The drone that flew over Falcons practice.
Whatever drone gate, whatever you want to do, it's all over. Finally. And anyone who brings it up will be immediately dismissed. In fact, if it gets brought up after today, I'm leaving the station. I'm going to leave the show. I swear to God.
Well, now you're just daring people.
I will leave the show. If it's an honest effort, I will take my headphones and I will go home.
Well, you're letting the listeners in who don't like you in on some sort of secret.
Well, then they don't like me. They don't have to listen to me. That's what's going on.
That's it. They'll call it and say that.
Fine. And I will take my headphones off and I will go home. And that will be what happens from now on.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
2 years ago, we won our 4th Super Bowl down in Arizona. And I told our fans that was the sweetest one of all. But a lot has transpired during the last 2 years. And I don't think that needs any explanation. But I want to say to our fans, our brilliant coaching staff, our amazing players who are so spectacular, this is unequivocally the sweetest.
98.5, the Sports Hub. We're Toucher and Rich, and Morning Drive is driven by the professional grade GMC Sierra, the AT&T fan line at 617-779-0985. And Rich, you're saying that indeed Tom Brady stuck it to the man yesterday.
Yeah, he did not say anything up on the stage about Roger Goodell. And as you heard right there when Robert Kraft spoke, that was as, I guess, much of a jab as anything that you heard anybody say last night, except for something you might have missed after the game was over. You might have been cleaning up all the crap and chips and dip and all that stuff from your house, but there was a commercial that ran after the game was over that was apparently recorded well before the Super Bowl. And you've all seen the Shields commercial, Shields Healthcare, where Tom Brady goes and he's got 4 rings. They say, hey, can we put this in a safe for you? And he goes, sure. And he goes, do you have any more? And he goes, well, maybe someday. Well, it looks like they made a follow-up to that commercial that had a very interesting line in it.
Tom?
Hi.
Welcome to Shields MRI. Would you please remove all jewelry and place it in the locker?
Oh, yeah. Sure, no problem.
Tom Brady trusts Shields MRI. You can too.
That all?
Actually, no. I forgot this one. It's kind of new.
We're going to need to get you a bigger locker.
Roger that.
Oh, my God.
Roger that.
Well, that is...
Take that.
There you go.
You big meanie.
So that is, by the way, quite a coup for Shields Healthcare, because now that ad is everywhere.
Yep.
And everyone's talking about this commercial because of that one line.
Roger that.
It's very nice. So congratulations. He slipped one past the goalie.
That's
Is that what he did?
He did.
He slipped one past the
Slipped one
goalie.
right past the goalie right there.
Okay.
It is a pregnancy reference. It is not good. All right. Let's go to Amir. Hello, Amir.
Hey, guys. Thanks so much for having me on.
Hey, no problem, Amir.
Hey, I just wanted to talk about the Falcons owner that got on the field so super early. I thought that was the killer. And as a fan just watching the game, I just started yelling. You see him dancing up there, in his box. Then he comes down. I think it was like third quarter. So much time left to go. Starts doing the dance. His wife's right next to him. And then later on, I keep panning to him. He gets quieter and quieter. Then you see the wife just looking at him like a sad puppy dog, and he's just staring deadpan. And then I'm trying to look who this guy is, and I'm on his Wikipedia page, and it says his father's Tom Brady. His occupation is Tom Brady's slave, and under business assets, it says he sold his stake in the Falcons because of the blowout loss to Tom Brady. So I thought it was just I don't know. I mean, everything after that, when there should have been that interception, that tip pass, and Martellus Bennett just saves the day, makes that crazy catch. Edelman, Amendola. I mean, it was just insane.
He looks like someone. Arthur Blank looks someone incapable of feeling joy. Whenever he tries to, he malfunctions somewhat.
Well, if you're upset about Arthur Blank being on the sidelines, you're going to get upset about every Falcon game you watch. The man loves to be on the sidelines.
Yeah, that he does.
He loves to get in the way, and it's nice to see him disappointed. But that is nothing new.
When he was dancing a couple of weeks ago, and someone tried to get him to dance, they moved his arm. I think it was his wife. It was please try. You had to try to crank the man up. He's incapable of feeling any sort of joy.
Yeah, he is a
blank bot. A very odd thing.
He was a very controversial figure in Atlanta for how much he was on the field, actually. Frodo, hello.
Hey, what's up, buddies? Good morning, gentlemen. How you boys doing?
We're doing good.
I just want to say that last night was complete redemption for everything. Everyone who doubted Brady and that team, they mounted the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. It even came complete with a miraculous helmet catch. It came complete with everything you'd want out of a Patriots victory, and that is, besides the 2004 Game 4 against the Yankees, I'm 33 years old. That is the single greatest Boston sports moment I have ever seen. I love New England so much. I love Brady. Thank you, everyone. Everyone played so just tremendously, and thank you, boys, for having a great show. You have a great day.
Biggest heart attack moment of the night was right before the final play, when Brady threw it, and it looked like it had such potential to get intercepted.
Vic Beasley reached that left hand up there. It hung up there for just enough time for Beasley to get back there.
And I was thinking to myself the whole time, how horribly ironic would it be if 2 years before, when the Patriots ended up winning it on an interception, they ended up losing on an interception at the goal line.
How much did obviously, Tom Brady, you scored the last 5 times you have the football. You're a legend. Best quarterback in history, best head coach in history, one of the best franchises in NFL history. And I look at what Atlanta did to themselves. Yeah. They went up 28-3 and then ran the football a total of 5 times the rest of the game. Matt Ryan is throwing on 3rd down and 1. In his own territory. What are you doing? And of course, he gets sacked by Hightower, and there's a fumble, and the Patriots
Brady played like crap in the first half, and they couldn't put the nail in the coffin.
And then Atlanta threw up on themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, was there any doubt in overtime the Patriots going to win the toss, go down and score?
No.
After what happened in the final quarter?
Not the way they were playing.
Not.
Absolutely
of course not. As soon as the Patriots got the football, the game was over. I can't believe Atlanta did that.
Yeah.
I can't believe they were in field goal range after that fantastic catch by Julio Jones, and then of course you have a holding penalty and then a sack to take them out of field goal range.
Yeah,
I mean, Atlanta. That is as good as the Patriots were. That's the biggest choke job I've seen in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Atlanta definitely.
Oh my God!
I mean, wide right is kind of a pretty big choke job.
No, but over the course of
wide
time,
wide right
sucks.
Wide right, they got him in position to win the game, and he choked on the field goal.
Butler interception is kind of a big choke job.
No,
too.
they got themselves in position to win the game. Those aren't good examples.
So they drove down the field both times, Rich. This is a complete malfunction of an entire team over a 15-minute span. Well, actually, 18 minutes. The Patriots are down 28-3 with just over 2 minutes to go in the game. And somehow they won. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, and somehow they won that game. Patriots were fantastic, and Atlanta was equally bad. It takes both things to have that happen.
Have you seen the cover of the New York Post, who obviously is looking for troll clicks? It's got Tom Brady holding Lombardi. It says, cheat your heart out.
Of course it does.
All this ends. It's all
after
over.
the press conference.
And Manish Mehta
at 9:30.
Manish Mehta is also trying to pee on the anthill as well of his own readers, because he wrote this article about how Tom Brady is unequivocally, without any question, the greatest quarterback of all time, which doesn't seem very controversial unless you're the Jets beat writer. And now, of course, you should just read the comments underneath it. Which I don't know how you can even argue with that, but he knows what he's doing.
Well, I'll tell you this, is that 9:30 has to do with anything.
Are we going to mention this 18 times this morning, that Deflategate is over?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I'm going to mention it. I'm sorry to offend you, but I'm going to mention it 18 times. It's over. Everything worked out in the Patriots' favor.
Yes, it did.
It's over. So enjoy the win. Don't get so wrapped up in it.
It helps them. You got 4 more games of rest.
Sure.
Will Goodell show up at the season opener on Thursday?
Nope, don't care.
Well, as I said, now you shouldn't care. After what you heard last night, you shouldn't care.
Yeah, it's over.
He got destroyed. There's nothing that happens to Gillette's going to be better than what happened last night. Nothing.
All right. No commercials here, just the headlines.
From the Town Fair Tire Studio, this is the home of the 5-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. WBZ FM and HD1 Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Touch and Rich on CSN. I'm Tom Giles with a Chevrolet Sports Net Central update. The Patriots, your Super Bowl champs, after completing an historic 25-point comeback against the Falcons last night. Going into the fourth quarter, they had less than a 3% chance of winning the ball game, but they did just that. Tom Brady and the Pats down 28-3 midway through the third quarter. In the fourth, James White goes in from a yard out. That made it 28-26. Then the Pats go for 2. Danny Amendola crosses the goal line, so it's 28-all, less than a minute to play. The Patriots then force the Falcons to punt. We go to overtime. Patriots get the ball first. James White off the toss of Brady gets in, and that's your game winner, his 3rd touchdown. Patriots score 31 unanswered points to win at 34-28, erasing a 25-point deficit. Their 5th Super Bowl, and Tom Brady named the Super Bowl MVP for the 4th time.
They're all special, and 2 years ago it came down to Malcolm making it play, and this year down 25 points. I mean, it's hard to imagine us winning, but it took a lot of great plays, and that's why you play to the end.
We're world champions, so I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have some beers. I'm going to have a great time, and we're going to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a parade year. They happen more often than leap years. And you can check out that Patriots parade Tuesday at 11 a.m. through the streets of Boston. That's it for this Chevrolet Sports Net Central update. I'm Tom Giles.
Cuts it left in a foot race. He'll win. Untouched, diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Points off turnovers.
Line takes the snap. 5-man pressure. Throws toward the end zone left. Diving catch. Touchdown. Hooper and Atlanta. First and goal for the Falcons from the 5. Sinu motions left to right. Coleman to the left of Ryan from the gun. Extends the hands, takes the step. Backs up, stands and flares it right for Coleman at the 5. He'll outrun Ninkovich inside the pylon. Touchdown, Atlanta. Brady left the foot, slaps the hand, stops the foot, takes the step. 4-man rush. He's pressured. He throws down the middle. Pass is picked up. It's coming back to the right. Alfred on the run to the 40. Galloping to the 40 of New England. Goodbye. 20, 15, 10. He's going to waltz into the end zone on a pick 6 to expand the Falcons' lead.
The losses in this game are tough. I mean, you're going to live with those for the rest of your life. And those will be games if you lose. There's regrets about every play in that game. So, when you win, you don't think about any of those things. There's no regrets. So you just got to try to put everything aside so you can have your best performance on Sunday night. And, that's really what I want to get to be focused on.
Brady takes the snap, backpedals, fires left, catch made by White, Trent to the inside, dives across the goal line. Touchdown, Patriots! There's one. Ryan waits on the snap. He'll take it, backs up, a blitzer coming, and Hightower gets to the quarterback. Ball is loose. Patriots sacking Ryan and recovering at the 25. Alan Branch comes away with a football force off the sack by Hightower.
This is a massive mistake.
Brady stands in the pocket alone. An empty set, readjusting Amendola and Mitchell. Tom takes the snap, backs up, looks left, throws it for Amendola. Touchdown, Patriots! Brady realigns at him and in short motion. Direct snap to James White, runs up the middle. He's in for 2. Brady faking as if a high snap, but the ball directly fed to White, and he pushes his way forward. It's a one-score game. 70 seconds to go. Ball just inside the 1 right hash mark. Brady will move under center. Brady surveys the defense. Tom takes the snap. He backs up, hands it to White. Up the middle. Touchdown, Patriots! They go within 2. It's Super Bowl 51. Tom takes the snap. Quick throw to Amendola. Screen left. A flag as he reaches across the goal line for a score. There is a penalty marker on the play.
They're offside. That's it.
The Patriots with an apparent 2-point conversion. A conference by the officials. It's a tie game in Super Bowl 51.
High fives for everybody. Give it some.
It's been a challenging year for, my family, just for some personal reasons. And, it'd just be nice to have everyone here watching us this weekend, to try to make them proud.
Brady stands in, throws it to the near side. Amendola makes the grab on a perfect throw over the shoulder.
That was sick. Absolutely disgustingly sick.
Brady stands in. He throws it to the far side of the field. Coming back. Hogan makes the catch. Tackled at the 36. Hogan fought for it. Brady takes the snap. He throws down the middle in traffic. Catch by Edelman. First down grab in front of Alford at the Falcon 25. Play fake by Brady. A flip to the screen right for James White. Runs to the 25-20. Cuts it right to the 15 with a first down for the Patriots.
Tom works very hard. Tom prepares well. Always has. He's very diligent in his preparation. It's not an up and down thing at all. It's consistent every week.
Second and goal to go from the Atlanta 2. James White is set behind Brady. Will move under center. Trips to the right. Bennett to flat end left. Second and goal to go from the 2. Toss sweep right for James White. Cuts it under the right arm. Cuts it upfield. Driving forward. Diving to the goal line. A touchdown and a title for the Patriots.
I can't believe it.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, led by the greatest quarterback in Super Bowl and NFL annals.
One more ring.
James White. And a silver trophy is coming back to New England.
I love this team.
A lot has transpired during the last 2 years. And I don't think that needs any explanation. But I want to say to our fans, this is unequivocally the sweetest.
Thank you to all our fans, everyone back in Boston, New England, we love you. We're bringing this sucker home.
The Sports Hub. We are Toucher and Rich. We are simulcast on CSN. There you go. The greatest quarterback, or the greatest comeback in NFL history last night. The Patriots win their 5th Super Bowl. The AT&T fan line, 617-779-0985.
Poor Mark Wahlberg wasn't around to see it either. He left earlier on. I mean, listen,
he had to go do some shops.
Well, he's got to get the script ready for he's going to play Tom Brady in the movie.
That's all that's left for him. Yep.
All right, Brian, go ahead.
Brian, what's up, man? Brian.
All right, let's go to on the AT&T fan line, 617-779-0985. Anthony, go ahead.
Yeah, dude, I want to talk about Hogan, brother, and how Hogan caught that pass at the end of the game, dude, and that was crucial, brother.
Yes, it was. That is a Hulk Hogan impression. People have been up very late. Some people have not gone to sleep.
Hogan impression. Bill, go ahead.
Steak and eggs, boys.
Steak and eggs, sir.
Hey, first of all, I got to tell you guys, you did a hell of a job all week from Radio Row. It was entertaining. I can't imagine how hard it is to fill all those hours of time. You guys did a wonderful job.
Seriously. It was fun as hell. We actually enjoyed ourselves more than any other Super Bowl that we've been to. It was a good time.
Well, it showed. I enjoyed, listening to it and then watching on days when I wasn't working. But Hey, I wanted to talk about, obviously we know Tom Brady is the GOAT and all that, and I won't mention, I'll go back to Spygate to make Fred happy, but no, I won't. I wanted to say that catch by Edelman, it was awesome. We all wondered, did he actually catch it? But no one mentioned it in the game, or the analyst, but Brady brought them up to the line so quickly, he wanted to get that ball snapped. He forced Atlanta to throw the challenge flag before anyone up in the booth could watch that replay. That burned that timeout because if they watched the replay, they wouldn't have thrown the challenge.
Right.
And they would have had the timeout left at the end of the game and the regulation to get moved down and potentially score. So I want to give Tom Brady another pat on the back like he needs it, but that was an outstanding play right there.
Well, that was the ball. That ball was about a centimeter from hitting the field.
And he let go of it and then grabbed it again.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch it, it was in his hands, and it looked like he was going to drop it, and then he quickly scooped it back up. And we were talking about it earlier today. I mean, you could argue that's the greatest catch in Super Bowl history, and which is amazing because just minutes before that was Julio Jones with one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history as well.
Caller's right, though. I mean, think about it. Matt Ryan had 51 seconds when he got the football. And if you had a timeout, one, that changes all of your play calling. You can throw deep down the middle and not worry about running all the way up to the line, and maybe they get in field goal range.
Do you say that's the greatest catch in Super Bowl history?
The Edelman? With the money on the table like that? Yes. I can't think of a better one.
Lynn Swann against the Cowboys?
Yes, but that was earlier in the game. That was in the second or third quarter. I know which one you're talking about. Bradshaw was back in his own end zone, and Swan. Yeah, that was a great catch against Dallas, but it wasn't with the game on the line like that.
And you talk about the best of all time. Obviously, that catch is subjective. But yesterday, it's amazing how many records were set during that game. I mean, it's been called. Yeah. Everyone's calling it the greatest Super Bowl game of all time. I think that I don't think that there's even an argument with this one.
No,
first overtime and the way it was the biggest comeback of all time by 2.5 or by 250%. But this is interesting. They sent us a list of all of the records that were set and tied this evening, and it takes up 3 pages. And they're all legit records, including the most games won by a head coach, Bill Belichick. Most points in a game by a player, James White with 20.
He would have been the MVP otherwise.
Isn't that
wasn't Brady?
Yeah. That's amazing that he owns that record. Most passes thrown in a game, that would be Tom Brady with 62. Most completions in a game, Super Bowl game, 43. Most passing yards in a game, Tom Brady, 466. Most receptions in a game, once again, James White with 14. The largest deficit overcome from a winning team, 25 points for the Patriots. Most first downs in a game, that would be 37 for the New England Patriots. Most first downs passing, 26, the New England Patriots. Most offensive plays for a team, that would be 93 offensive plays.
Atlanta, I think,
for New
had
England
56
in
that game.
It was almost half, you're right.
Yeah.
Most passes thrown in a game, 63 for New England yesterday. Most completions in a Super Bowl game, 43 for New England. Most passing yards in a game, 442 for New England. And Super Bowl records tied, most games won, that would be Tom Brady with 5. And most touchdowns in a game, that would be James White with 3. James White, quite the stud yesterday.
How about this for a stat? Most quarterbacks, when they throw the ball 50 times or more, most quarterbacks lose. Tom Brady has thrown 50 passes or more 27 times in his career and has won 18 of those games. There is no other NFL quarterback, active or otherwise, that has won more than 5 games while throwing more than 50 passes or more.
All right, we will be right back. Here's the CBS Sports Minute with Boomer Esiason, brought to you by Expert Laser Services. Boomer explains how the Falcons' key offensive philosophy came back to bite them.
All right, how do we put a wrapper on this one, Bert?
Well, I think that the easy story is the correct story, and that's Tom Brady. There is no quarterback in NFL history faced with that deficit against that team on this stage would be able to do what Tom Brady did in leading the team back from a 28-3 deficit. That's not to say that there weren't other guys who were a big part of it. You know, James White's obviously a big part of it. The defense played much better down the stretch, but there's no quarterback in NFL history who can pull that off other than number 12.
Yeah, and I think it's the perseverance and the mental toughness of this team to play how they did, be down by that much late in the third quarter and come back and play just lights out in the fourth quarter. What a game. I know the Pats won, and that's the great thing about it. But if I was just a fan watching that game, that's entertainment.
Yeah, we just seem to be saying this every time the Patriots are in one of these games, is that was the greatest Super Bowl of all time every time they play. And tonight we saw the greatest Super Bowl of all time, again, with the greatest catch of all time by Julian Edelman, and a guy that just removed any argument, any whatever about who's the greatest quarterback or greatest player to play this game. Tom Brady's kind of cemented himself. He has cemented himself.
He already did.
As the GOAT, and no more questions about that. So, case closed.
Bert, more of a miracle comeback or more of a collapse by the Atlanta Falcons?
This does not happen unless there's elements of both. So this was an epic collapse. Let's not make any mistake about that. I think that, you look at the way that they handled this series after Julio Jones's circus catch, when all they had to do was run it into the line 3 times, make the Patriots take timeouts, kick a field goal. Maybe the game's over then. There's a 3rd-and-1 call before that. I think once the strip sack happened of Matt Ryan, the Falcons started to do the math in their head.
When you come here and you look in the rafters, you look around and see what we accomplished here, you're already, as a player, curious. Well, what is it about this place? And then when you see your leadership, the Tom Brady's of the world, the Devin McCourties, the buy-in that they give, then it's hard to not buy in because you're going to be the odd man out.
Yes, that's what you say when you're looking at the banners. Matthew Slater, ladies and gentlemen. It is 98.5 The Sports Hub. We are Toucher and Rich, and Nick Gemelli was out last night.
Yeah, last night I could hear people starting to go nuts just literally seconds after the Patriots ended up winning. I mean, people obviously listening to Scott Zolak in their cars, honking horns, and from where I live downtown, that didn't stop until around 12:30 last night. When was the game over? 10:30? So it was like 2 straight hours. And from what I was hearing, and from what you could hear from the helicopters that were overhead, is I guess a lot of it started from the Faneuil Hall area and the Kenmore Square area. And then you saw on television all of that kind of get pushed. And there was a meeting around Boston Common, and from the reports I was reading online, I guess that there were people walking on the lake where the swan boats go, because I guess it was frozen,
right?
And a bunch of jackasses were on there dumping around that lake, and the ice, of course, cracked, and some of them fell in. Now,
who'd have thought that would have happened?
Granted, I think you fall a grand total of like 4 feet. I don't think the swan boat lake is really that bad, but
a dumbass is still a dumbass. It doesn't matter.
I don't care if there's video of that. I want to see it because that's
solid 45 degrees yesterday, so I'm sure that
just fantastic.
It was very safe.
Yeah. So Nick was down there. It's funny because I'm getting texts from Nick throughout the game. He went down to Cask and Flag, and of course, at halftime,
they were on TV, Cask and Flag, and they had shots from inside.
Yeah, he was like, "Dude, this is going to be awful," and I'm like, well, maybe they'll pull off some sort of miracle comeback. Ha ha ha! And then, sure enough, that place exploded. Shall we go to the audio of intern Nick right in the middle of the madness last night in Kenmore Square? Let's go to the tape.
Let's go!
What's your name?
Antonio! Let's go!
Can we use this for the radio?
What? Yes!
Can we use this for the radio?
Hell yeah!
All right. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, God, I'm feeling good! I'm feeling good!
No. Now, why is that?
Because the Patriots won! They won the Super Bowl!
So, what is Brady the greatest of all time?
Is that even a question? I can't swear! I can't Steelers! No! Get out of here! Let's go! Brady's number 1! Brady is number 1!
What are you going to do for the rest of the night?
I'm going to go crazy! I'm going to No sleep! All America! Get licensed! America! Yes! America!
Please go to work today. Please go to work today.
Please at work today. I guarantee you, half of our listening audience is probably just like this guy.
He's got his head in his hand, just going,
I can't believe I did that.
America.
I thought Zolak was in Houston. This is a bunch of mini Zolacs. By the way, did you see Zolak walking in to the Patriots party in Houston? I mean, it's like he was the king of Patriotsville. Yeah. He shows up and
the party in Houston when he started chanting
his own
Saturday.
name.
Got his own Zolak chant started.
He started Zolak. The whole crowd got into. It's like, whoa, they're chanting my name. It's like, yeah, because you started the chant.
Yeah, he started going Zolak, Zolak. Everyone was very excited once he started the chant.
If you could say anything to the New England Patriots, what would it be?
Who cares about Goodell? Goodell's an idiot! Let's go! Screw Goodell! We won the Super Bowl!
I can't disagree with that.
No?
Screw Goodell. Who cares about Goodell?
Because you know what Goodell doesn't like?
No sleep! All America! Get license! America! Yes! America!
Mr. Goldman, what do you think about the whole situation with the commissioner?
Ron is dead!
All right, well.
Billy Laney tweeted, Mr. Goldman, what do Deflategate and Ron have in common?
Ron is dead!
That's right.
All right, there it is. And finally, Rich, do we have time?
Yeah, I think we have time,
we
sure.
do have time. All right, here's more of Nick out at Cask and Flag, and it was being shown on television a little more lively than when the Red Sox played the Yankees.
The old Yard House?
At the Yard House, where there was people just enjoying a good book. All right, here we go.
My boy. This is my best friend. What's your name? My name is Jacob. All right, can we use this for the radio? Yes, we can. Yes. All right, first off, before I ask you about the game, what did you do to your Tom Brady jersey? I had to. I just had to. I bedazzled that. You bedazzled your...
Did he pedazzle it?
He pedazzled it.
Right. All right.
It's like little sequins that look like feet. He pedazzled them.
Now you're talking my language. I work at a manicurist, and I take the toe clippings and put them on a shirt.
You bedazzled them with toe clippings? Yes.
Yeah.
That's pedazzling, yes.
That has negative connotation.
Yes, it does.
This is just the love of feet.
Stop before I ask you about the game. What did you do to your Tom Brady jersey? I had to. I just had to. I bedazzled that. You bedazzled your Tom Brady jersey. Yes, I
did. That is a lot of people that like crafts.
Yes, they are big fans of Christmas tree shops. They like going to Michael's.
Let's hear from Michael's, bitch!
Woo! Michael's! Scrapbooking! Woo!
You know, you have the Bloods that wear the red, the Crips that wear the blue, and then you have the Pedazzlers.
Right.
And they're just like, hey, guys, wanna rumble with the Bedazzling shirts?
Yeah. So, let me get your opinion. What are you holding in your hand, by the way?
Trophy.
I just see people frantically bedazzling
while they're singing that song.
Yeah, I don't have much time.
I bedazzled that. To give context, I am standing in a pile of like 30 dudes in the center of Kenmore or something. All right. So, tell me about the game. What are your thoughts about the game?
All 3 years, all game. They thought we were gonna lose all game, but no, we don't lose. We can't lose. We can't. Best team.
What are your thoughts about Goodell?
Goodell has to hand Brady the trophy. Goodell has to give Brady that trophy. Suck it, Goodell. Suck it. Brady.
All right. on. If you could say anything to the New England Patriots, what would be fake news? What would it be?
Get lost! Get lost! Finish the job! Get lazy, boys! Thank you! You finished the job! Get lazy! You so much! Get laid!
Well, if you're bedazzling, how could you not get laid that night?
They're bedazzling.
I mean, if you're bedazzling, I mean, there you go. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?
Ryan is dead.
All right.
You're talking about Gold. I thought you were talking to him.
I'm sprucing up this shirt.
Sure.
Well. Do you have any plans for later tonight?
Do you?
I don't know, Mr. Goldman. If we do go out, what are you going to talk about?
Ryan is dead.
All right. Well, enough of you.
What would it be?
Get lost! Get lost! Finish the job! Get lazy, boys! Thank you! You finished the job! Get lazy! You so much! Get laid! We want some double play!
And it became a 2 Live Crew concert.
Yeah, you're bedazzling stuff. I don't think that's too likely to happen. All right.
What?
It's Little John.
It's true.
What?
True. All right, we'll take your phone calls. AT&T fan line 617-779-0985. Today is a day of celebration. Get involved. Here are the headlines.
No sleep! All America! Get license! America! Yes! America! America! America!
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Rich on 98.5 Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Inarguably the best Super Bowl ever, the Patriots came back from 28-3 down in the third quarter and beat Atlanta 34-28 in overtime to win the 5th Vince Lombardi trophy in franchise history. Bill Belichick's seen a lot of games at this time of year, but he's never seen something like this.
Got to give Atlanta credit. That's a really good football team. Dan's done a great job with that team. He certainly had them ready to play, and they have a lot of great players and playing in overtime for the championship. So doesn't get any closer than that.
Tom Brady overcame a pick six in the first half. He threw for a Super Bowl record 466 yards and a pair of touchdowns in the win. He was voted Super Bowl MVP for a record 4th time. James White's 3rd touchdown of the game, a 2-yard TD run, won it on the first possession of the first overtime in Super Bowl history. Patriots will get their parade through downtown Boston beginning tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Celtics winning streak is now 7. They beat the Clippers at TD Garden 107-102. Isaiah Thomas, 28 points. The Green will kick off a 4-game West Coast road trip in Sacramento Wednesday night. And the Beanpot begins tonight at the Garden. Harvard plays Northeastern, and then defending champion BC will play BU. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Dr. Robert Leonard. Look younger, feel younger, get your hair back. Call Dr. Robert Leonard at 1-800-GET-HAIR. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update in 30 minutes.
If you heard this one before. Here we are again for the 9th time. 9 times. Now that's some history right there. This wasn't supposed to happen this year of all years, but it did. The formula is pretty simple. Head down, do your job, one way, the only way, the Patriot way. Top-ranked defense that silenced doubters all season long. A methodical offense that'll pick you apart. And of course, the engineer who makes it all run. So you might want to make some space on that trophy shelf, Patriot Nation, because the drive for 5 starts now. Here come the champions of the AFC.
98.5, the Sports Hub. There you go. It's a historic Super Bowl. Most are saying the greatest Super Bowl of all time.
How could it not be? First overtime, greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
The only thing I can think of is, field goals to win it on the last play of the game. Vinatieri's field goal to give the Patriots their first ever Super Bowl win. Rams put together a great comeback in that game. Patriots had that one locked up. Rams came back late to tie it, and then Brady the final drive to win it.
Did they come back by 25 points?
No,
Why did Bird just hug me?
I have no idea. That was weird. Why was that? Why did that happen?
About 20 minutes ago, Bird goes, I'm going to go in and I'm going to hug Fred Toucher. And I said, dude, that's on you. And that was it. Or I said, so that's your decision. And I just forgot about it. So I guess he just gave you a hug.
Why did he just give me a hug?
Bird's just he's like Scott Zolak this morning. We had him on. Scott Zolak loves everyone this morning. Bird is very happy. Yes, Bird. Your mic's not on.
Your mic's not on, Bird.
Fred, everything's going to be okay today. It's going to be over real soon. Just give me a hug, let you know.
Oh, this is a sympathy hug. You're going to apparently miss Deflategate, but not really. You see, it's kind of a wink and a nod type of deal.
No, he's saying you should be happy because it's over. Yeah,
exactly.
It's over today.
Give me a hug.
Deflategate's over.
Move it on.
All right, I don't get it now.
That's why the hug was here.
I don't get it.
There you
go,
Bird.
He's starting to pop in around here and just making no sense. Just popping in and doing crap that I have no idea what he's doing.
That was very strange.
I'd encourage him not to do that. All right, Scott, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning, Scott.
What's up, man? And yes, I mean, what a great time. What an awesome game, and my Lord. But here's my main point. Awesome times right now. Everyone's talking about, I'm calling in sick, or, I'm hungover. Am I the only one who's still up drinking? Because I haven't. I'll crack a beer with you right now. I'm still awake. So all these people saying they're calling in sick, I'm going, hold up, here we go, ready? I'm still up partying.
All right, so
you just now listen. Let me get to my and I'm not joking, by the way. That was a beer.
I don't doubt it for a minute.
Right, let's get to the meat of the story here. Lady Gaga. Can we all agree what a disgrace that halftime show was?
It was fine. Yeah, I thought it was good and forgettable. Like good and like no one's really gonna go back and ever think of that as being one of the greatest.
Yeah, I barely paid attention to it.
I forget which one of you said it, forgive me. But yes, U2 post 9/11 was the best halftime show of all time.
No, Prince was the best one. U2 was a close second, but Prince was the best.
Prince was the best one.
Okay, well, I would respectfully disagree.
It's an argument to have. Yes.
When he opened his vest up with the American flag,
the only problem,
background of the 9/11 victims.
That's cool, but the only problem was that he had been doing that on tour for like 5 months, and like it wasn't like a big surprise to anyone. This is something that they had done. So, and it was great and it was awesome, but. Go back and watch Prince.
Okay.
It's 1 and 1A.
Yeah. Prince went up alone with a guitar.
Can I get one more point then, guys?
You got
it. The reason I'm cutting you off because I know how radio works. I can instantly get cut off at the hit of a finger. So, but give me 1 second here, boys. Ready? You know who's really hurting today? Not the people hung over. You know who's hurting today?
Who?
The local bookies in Boston. They're hurting.
Yeah.
They're hurting. They can't believe they thought they were finally going to get their money back. Nope. Pat's covered again.
Yeah, I mean, before the Super Bowl, they were saying that heavy money was going on the Patriots, like tons. And so, once again, Vegas knows they're only 3 points off. It ended up being a 3-point spread at kickoff, right? It stayed at the 3-point spread, I believe.
I have no idea.
So there you go. Vegas knew.
All right, Greg, go ahead.
What's up, guys? I'm a first-time caller from Worcester. I try calling Felge and Mavs all the time, but they suck. And, I'm just calling to say this is an incredible run that we're on. I'm 25 years old. I'm graduating college in May, and it's just a privilege to watch this team. You guys do great work, and I feel honored to be watching them. I'm sure you guys too. It's awesome. I watched it with my whole family last night. The Edelman catch was incredible. The white touchdown was the best thing I've ever seen in sports history. I just want to thank you guys for taking my call. Take care, bye.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. You are at your age. You have seen nothing but success since you've been able to probably realize what's going on, and cruelly, this will not last forever, and you will have to go through the doldrums.
See the Patriots,
but it could last 3 to 5 more years.
See the Patriots are going to sign Brady to an extension, or try to this coming off season.
Yeah, well, the next off season, they're saying.
The next one, whatever the case may be,
they'll sign him to a 5-year deal when he's 40.
Yeah, they're saying that he's probably going to play until he's about 44 years old. At least they're going to. Their intentions are signing him until that. So. Take it for what it's worth. 39 years old now. Who knows how long that deal will be, but they're saying 3 to 5 more years.
Well, I got news for you. He ain't playing well at 44.
Well, thank you. That's a that's what that Max, what's his name, kept saying.
That's the
of
thing.
course, he's 44. He's not going to play as good as he is now.
No. So, I mean, there was, and congratulations to all the Patriots fans. It was an all-timer last night. But I was talking about this with people in my house yesterday. It's like young people don't know that like a team can suck.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
Like they're unaware of it.
But those of us who were young enough for the Bird years, we always thought it was going to be like that forever. And then Bird left, and things changed for about a decade.
So savor the moments while you have them, because they certainly do not last forever. They do not last forever. All right, we'll continue to take your calls. 617-779-0985 is the AT&T fan line. We'll be right back.
Roger and Rich.
Tom?
Hi.
Welcome to Shields MRI. Would you please remove all jewelry and place it in the locker?
Oh, yeah. Sure, no problem.
Tom Brady trusts Shields MRI. You can too.
Is that all?
Actually, no. I forgot this one. It's kind of new.
We're going to need to get you a bigger locker.
Roger that. Roger that.
Really?
Roger that.
Well, line has been crossed.
That would make me nervous, recording something like that before you actually play the game, where you've got the 5 rings on. It's a jinx.
That's right, because there would be no way for them to not run it. Roger that. Ooh.
We keep talking about
the quick.
We keep talking about how everyone wants him to come to Gillette, and to be quite honest, why would anyone care now after he got pantsed on television the way he did?
He did a press conference, and he took a bunch of questions from the Boston media. This is Roger Goodell. He handed the trophy out and got booed at the Super Bowl.
He got destroyed. Worse than what would happen at Gillette. He got destroyed.
Yeah,
and worse by on a bigger stage.
Yeah, he got booed.
In front of more people.
Booed very loudly. And I don't know what else you could want.
And right, this was porn for Patriots fans.
What a wonderful football game tonight. That's what NFL football is all about. Robert, you know how hard these are to get. And this is your 5th under your leadership, Coach Belichick and Tom Brady. What an unbelievable achievement from your organization. Congratulations to your organization, and to your fans, to your community. We're so proud of you. Take your Super Bowl trophy home to New England.
And then at 9:30, we are going to carry live the denouement, the end of all things Deflategate, and that is going to be the thing that will be on Michael Hurley's cover of his Deflategate book that he is eventually going to write. And that is going to be the presentation of the MVP trophy that Roger Goodell himself will hand over to Tom Brady. Oh, will there be fireworks? So
I don't know what Hurley where he goes from here.
I don't know.
He will not stop writing about it. I can tell you that much.
That's why he should write the book, because that'll take care of him for a while.
I kept trying to tell him how to write the book and make it a narrative of his obsession with it. That be the guiding line.
I don't even think you need to do that. Just put the articles and stuff that he's been writing and make some sort of...
No, he needs an angle on it. Deflategate's boring at the end of the day. He needs to...
so many people have slaughtered so many trees in the purpose of writing about this. It has to be, I agree with Fred, it has to be a slant on one's personal journey through it.
He became
his
obsessed.
downward spiral into madness.
Yeah, like his obsession with Deflategate. All right, the 98.5, the Sports Hub this morning is drive is driven by the professional grade GMC Sierra, the AT&T fan line 617-779-0985. Let's go to Joe. Joe, go ahead.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
What's up, Joe?
greatest 8 minutes in the world of history so far in my life. And my life's been 56 years. No, but I saw Bobby Orr and everybody. But I thought that was Brady at his finest. But Elderman, what a great catch. Alderman made another great catch. But I want to know, why can't there be two MVP?
There has been.
There's been more than one.
I believe Charles White should have got one alongside Brady.
Yes,
But it was Too Tall Jones and who else for Dallas?
Was it Randy White?
Randy White and Too Tall Jones.
I'm not positive about that.
No, Randy White was
it
one.
Randy White?
Yeah,
Okay.
Randy White was one.
Let's stop with the that James White should have been MVP. That's a hot take this morning. He shouldn't have been MVP. There's some people who are actually trying to get some steam on that. No, it's Tom Brady. Because Deflategate wouldn't be over if he wasn't.
That's right. John, go ahead.
Or Charles White.
I'm sorry, it's Harvey Martin and Randy White.
Oh, I thought Too Tall Jones.
Harvey Martin, yes.
Oh, Too Tall Jones didn't play for...
He played for Dallas.
Oh, he did.
Or Al Damon. Al Damon, I think, was the MVP last night.
John, go ahead, sir.
Alderon.
John, go ahead, sir.
Hi.
Hey.
So I got two things to say. One is congratulations to the Patriots, but alongside that catch to Edelman that he made about center of the field, that took me back to two dark places. One being the Tyree catch against us with the Giants, and that was devastating. And the other one was in Super Bowl 49 with the Seahawks, that juggling catch that put them near our goal line.
Maz, I thought you were still in Houston. What are you doing back, Tony Maz?
The Baldwin catch didn't matter because Butler had the interception right after that, if I remember correctly.
Sure.
That was Baldwin, right?
Sure.
So...
Yeah. Well,
Jermaine Curse, whatever.
I love our callers this morning. I really do. They're awesome. I mean, it's like they're either been up all night and they've been drinking, or the dude just cracked a beer on the air.
Yeah.
Or they're excited for Alderman and his amazing catches.
Someone says when Walk was talking about other dynasties that fell apart when they aged, someone said, those of us who were young enough for the Bird years totally thought he was talking about being a bird. Talking about
being a young bird, yes. Let's go. Can we go talk to caller 5 real quick?
Go ahead. Let me see here. Go ahead, Jim.
Hey. Good morning.
Morning.
I just want to say, the last caller was like totally bashing on Lady Gaga, and I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm not saying it was the best halftime show of all time. But it was by far not the worst. She actually really sang. I mean, she didn't play her own instruments, but she sang. Everybody lip syncs today. She sang pretty much the whole night, and she jumped off the freaking roof while singing live. I mean, I don't know. I think you can bash a lot of people, but it's kind of hard for me to sit back and actually bash her.
Yeah, she was good. She was good in middle of the pack. Like, you're not going to think back when you think of great halftime shows, and her name's not going to be at the top of the list. If you want, I mean, listen, I even think the Katy Perry's was better just because it was a better production, and you remember a lot of things about, Springsteen. I mean, come on, it was boss time all day.
They said,
put down the guacamole.
What do you got in your house? The guacamole?
It was not top 5.
Top 5.
No, it was not top 5.
I thought it was.
Oh, come on.
John just loved it when he went onto his knees into the camera.
Slid right into the camera.
Sure.
Right. That was
Not
rock
first.
and roll to him.
That's right. No, I mean, listen, you're going to remember Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars was one you got to admit was better than the stuff that we saw yesterday. It was fine. It wasn't as bad as the Black Eyed Peas, which might have been the all-time worst.
Oh, please.
No, McCartney might have been the all-time worst.
You were just upset because you expected so much from the Black Eyed Peas.
Well,
Dave,
the karate guy didn't do enough karate.
I have a picture with him, by the way, that someone put on Facebook. Dave, go ahead.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, so obviously some people have cut off my original point, which was about the James White being MVP, or at least a candidate, especially based on Deion Branch getting it, and he absolutely destroyed what Deion Branch did as a contribution to the game. But did anyone else notice the kind of sadness that was on Edelman's face as he hesitated to throw that ball to Lewis because he knew it wasn't going to work?
I don't know. All I know is that for some reason after the game, Brady's jersey is missing, and I think we all know that it was Edelman. that somehow snuck away with that
That's
one.
right, it was Edelman.
No, Paul Stanley, it was not you.
It was Edelman. I saw it.
Did you really?
I
Paul
was in the
Stanley?
hamper, and I saw Edelman take it.
Did you really?
Yeah, he was sneaking around.
What are you wearing on your face there?
What?
So you're wearing a mask. It's made out of some sort of...
Yeah, it's a surgical mask I made out of jockstrap.
Okay. You're a big Patriots fan, are you?
No.
Okay,
I don't particularly care where I got them.
Okay, any jockstrap.
Gene got me a ticket. And about in the third quarter, I said, who's hurt? Sneaky. What do I need with any old jersey?
Yeah.
Give me a girdle pad.
Oh, well, thank you, Paul Stanley. Okay.
Give me a girdle pad. It smells like everything.
Okay.
You get a little bit of both sides.
Well, Fred, I have something especially for you coming up after the headlines. This is something that I don't know if you saw it yesterday that was going around the interwebs. But Ray Lewis.
I didn't watch it. I saw what was going on.
Ray Lewis did an inspirational speech for the Patriots.
And it looked like he was doing it inside of a house that wasn't finished yet.
We'll get to it.
All right. So we'll find out.
It's the most bat-ass insane pile of steaming fecal matter that I've ever... I just was like, well, Fred's going to have a fun time with this.
All right. We will find out what Ray Lewis had to say, too, which I've obviously worked to New England Patriots. No commercials here, just the headlines.
From the Town Fair Tire Studio, this is the home of the 5-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. WBZ FM and HD1 Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Touch and Rich on CSN. I'm Tom Giles with a Chevrolet Sports Net Central update. The Patriots, your Super Bowl champs, after completing an historic 25-point comeback against the Falcons last night. Going into the fourth quarter, they had less than a 3% chance of winning the ball game, but they did just that. Tom Brady and the Pats down 28-3 midway through the third quarter. In the fourth, James White goes in from a yard out. That made it 28-26. Then the Pats go for two. Danny Amendola crosses the goal line, so it's 28-all, less than a minute to play. The Patriots then force the Falcons to punt. We go to overtime. Patriots get the ball first. James White, off the toss of Brady, gets in, and that's your game winner, his third touchdown. Patriots score 31 unanswered points to win at 34-28, erasing a 25-point deficit. Their fifth Super Bowl, and Tom Brady named the Super Bowl MVP for the fourth time.
They're all special, and 2 years ago it came down to Malcolm making a play, and this year down 25 points. I mean, it's hard to imagine us winning, but it took a lot of great plays, and that's why you play to the end.
We're world champions, so I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have some beers. I'm going to have a great time, and we're going to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a parade year. They happen more often than leap years. And you can check out that Patriots parade Tuesday at 11 a.m. through the streets of Boston. That's it for this Chevrolet Sports Net Central update. I'm Tom Giles.
Snap, hand up to Devontae Freeman, cuts it left, in a foot race, he'll win. Untouched, diving into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Points off turnovers.
Line takes the snap, 5-man pressure, throws toward the end zone left, diving catch, touchdown, Hooper and Atlanta.
First and goal for the Falcons from the 5. Sanu motions left to right. Coleman to the left of Ryan from the gun. Extends the hands, takes the step, backs up, stands and flares it right for Coleman at the 5. He'll outrun Ninkovich inside the pylon. Touchdown, Atlanta. Brady left the forward, slaps the hand, stops the foot, takes the snap. 4-man rush. He's pressured. He throws down the middle. Pass is picked up. It's coming back to the right. Alfred on the run to the 40. Galloping to the 40 of New England. Goodbye. 20, 15, 10. He's going to waltz into the end zone on a pick 6 to expand the Falcons' lead.
The losses in this game are tough. I mean, you're going to live with those for the rest of your life. And those will be games if you lose. There's regrets about every play in that game. So, when you win, you don't think about any of those things. There's no regrets. So you just got to try to put everything aside so you can have your best performance on Sunday night. And, that's really what I want to get to be focused on.
Brady takes the snap, back pedals, fires left, catch made by White, trips to the inside, dives across the goal line. Touchdown, Patriots!
That's one. Ryan waits on the snap. He'll take it. Backs up. A blitzer coming. And Hightower gets to the quarterback. Ball is loose. Patriots sacking Ryan and recovering at the 25. Alan Branch comes away with a football force off the sack by Hightower.
This is a massive mistake.
Brady stands in the pocket alone. An empty set, readjusting Amendola and Mitchell. Tom takes the snap, backs up, looks left, throws it for Amendola. Touchdown, Patriots! Brady realigns Edelman in short motion. Direct snap to James White, runs up the middle. He's in for two. Brady faking as if a high snap, but the ball directly fed to White, and he pushes his way forward. It's a one-score game. 70 seconds to go. Ball just inside the one right hash mark. Brady will move under center. Brady surveys the defense. Tom takes the snap. He backs up, hands it to White. Up the middle. Touchdown, Patriots! They go within two. It's Super Bowl 51. Tom takes the snap. Quick throw to Amendola. Screen left. A flag as he reaches across the goal line for a score. There is a penalty marker on the play.
They're offsides. That's it.
The Patriots with an apparent two-point conversion. A conference by the officials. It's a tie game in Super Bowl 51.
First prize for everybody. Give me some.
It's been a challenging year for, my family, just for some personal reasons. And, just be nice to have everyone here watching us this weekend, to try to make them proud.
Brady stands and throws it to the near side. Amendola makes the grab on a perfect throw over the shoulder.
That was sick. Absolutely disgustingly sick.
Brady stands in. He throws it to the far side of the field. Coming back. Hogan makes the catch. Tackled at the 36. Hogan fought for it. Brady takes the snap. He throws down the middle in traffic. Catch by Edelman. First down grab in front of Alford at the Falcon 25. Play fake by Brady. A flip and a screen right for James White. Runs to the 25-20. Cuts it right to the 15 with a first down for the Patriots.
Tom works very hard. Tom prepares well. Always has. He's very diligent in his preparation. It's not an up and down thing at all. It's consistent every week.
Second and goal to go from the Atlanta 2. James White is set behind Brady. Will move under center. Trips to the right. Bennett to tight end left. Second and goal to go from the 2. Toss sweep right for James White. Cuts it under the right arm. Cuts it upfield. Driving forward. Diving to the goal line. A touchdown. And a title for the Patriots.
I can't believe it.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. Led by the greatest quarterback in Super Bowl and NFL annals.
One more ring.
James White. And his silver trophy is coming back to New England.
I love this team.
A lot has transpired during the last 2 years. And I don't think that needs any explanation. But I want to say to our fans, this is unequivocally the sweetest.
Thank you to all our fans, everyone back in Boston, New England, we love you. We're bringing this sucker home.
98.5 The Sports Hub. We are Toucher and Rich. AT&T fan line 617-779-0985. Simulcast on CSN television in the Town Fair Tire Studios. And we're looking for Michael Hurley because the question really is, now what?
Where do we go now?
I mean, it's really now what? Because he's flying out today, so you can take the whole trophy presentation and shove it because it doesn't matter. Hurley's seen with his own eyes all he's going to see.
Yep.
So where does he turn to now?
I don't know. I mean, does he do an analysis of the body language when the Lombardi was being handed over to Robert and Jonathan Kraft yesterday? Because there were FU faces coming his way. You don't need to interpret it. We saw that. Stone cold, no smiling, looking directly at him as Goodell was getting booed mercilessly. I got to tell you, that part was better than I thought it was going to be quite honest. Not just the booing, but the FU faces. But then RKK getting up there and being a little saucy.
2 years ago, we won our 4th Super Bowl down in Arizona. And I told our fans that was the sweetest one of all. But a lot has transpired during the last 2 years. And I don't think that needs any explanation. But I want to say to our fans,
That's right. And then he pointed to the RKK sneaks. He was like, they're Air Force Ones, baby.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Mr. Kraft, a couple years...
Sweetheart, you gotta call me RKK.
I'm waiting for the videos to come out like they did last time of him on stage with Pitbull. Because Zolak kept texting us photos throughout the night, and he was calling. And if you missed it right at 6 o'clock, Zolak called in from being up all night, and he was hopped up on life, I'm sure. And there's got to be a video like there was last time of Robert Kraft with Rick Ross.
Did
like
you
doing
see
a little
him
bit of a dance
when he got interviewed before the game? And he's like, sweetheart.
Oh, he was okay. Are you talking about the Fox interview?
Yeah, when he was with that Fox. Yes, when he was with the young woman.
Yeah, there is. I think I might have the clip somewhere over here. There was one interesting question that was asked, and that was about the whole situation about him getting his Super Bowl ring back from Vladimir Putin. You know the whole story behind that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, when was that? That was back in, I think it was his 2004 Super Bowl ring that he gave Vladimir Putin to hold and wear it on a visit, and he never got it back. Putin still got it. So Robert Kraft was asked about it. Is this it right here? No, that's not it right here. We have the clip somewhere. We will find Kraft-ring. Do you have it in there? If you could pull it up. So on Fox News Sunday, he ended up talking to, he was doing an interview, and he said he has a plan to get it back. And here is Mr.
I'm going to bang my way through Russia.
He's going to bang her. Here he is.
There is the famous story of you going to Russia in 2005 and showing Vladimir Putin your Super Bowl ring, and he walked off with it. I got several questions. One, did he ever give it back?
No.
Two, did you have a replacement ring made for the ring that President Putin absconded with?
Yes, but I was willing to have one made with his name on it. Maybe we'll have the new president bring it to him when he connects with him.
I was going to ask you, are you going to ask President Trump when he has his first summit with Vladimir Putin to give him a ring, a substitute ring, and get your original back?
That would be good. I do have an emotional attachment to that ring. And maybe, who knows, maybe if we win Sunday, I could trade a new one with him, have one made up in good spirit of friendship.
And
between
President
our
Trump
countries.
could be the courier.
Right. We'll have him do that.
Mr. Kraft, thank you.
Thank you very much.
And good luck in the big game today.
The big game.
Call me RKK.
Sweetheart. You got to call me RKK.
Sweetheart.
Oh, sweetheart.
That's right.
All right, we will finally hear from Ray Lewis in his big inspirational speech to the Patriots. But here is the CBS Sports Minute with Boomer, brought to you by FindMassMoney.com. Boomer says the objective is clear for this professional sports franchise.
Roger.
Well, you knew they had to look at the play because it was overtime. It was a touchdown. Did you have a little pit in your stomach like, I hope I'm in there, or did you know for sure?
I knew. I had no idea they were reviewing it. I was too busy running around, so I knew I was in for sure. I don't know. I had no idea they were reviewing. I was running around, so I had no clue.
So you knew, and you knew you got in.
I knew I was in there.
What's kind of gotten lost in this game is the incredible catch and the ball awareness that Julian Edelman had. How big of a play was that looking back?
That was an amazing play. I was actually running over to the play because I didn't know what was if somebody was going to intercept it or whatnot. And I was just running over there and I stopped. I was like, oh. And then
got it.
It was an amazing play. The ball's like a centimeter from the ground, and he's able to catch it.
Because I know this team was reluctant to talk about this all year long, but I've asked a lot of guys, what was it like to see Tom Brady get that trophy, stand on the stage, and get the MVP from Roger Goodell?
I mean, you definitely wanted to win it for that guy. I mean, he faced a lot of adversity going all through last year and this year. Faced a lot of adversity. I mean, you want to win for guys like Tom, Coach Belichick. Martellus been to his first Super Bowl. Chris Long, his first Super Bowl. I mean, you want to win for guys like that. I just want to lay it all on the line for them.
What a Robert, you know how hard these are to get. And this is your 5th under your leadership, Coach Belichick and Tom Brady. What an unbelievable achievement from your organization. Congratulations to your organization, to your fans, to your community. We're so proud of you. Take your Super Bowl trophy home to New England.
.98.5 Sports Hub. We are Toucher and Rich. Of course, that's Roger Goodell after the game, presenting the Lombardi Trophy to the team. But before the game, there was something very interesting. A man who loves to lead, a man of God, a man by the name of Ray Lewis. And Rich, he had a way about him yesterday. He was going to get the team all riled up.
Yeah, this is bad crap insane. And when I say insane, he sounds insane, but just if you've not seen this video, just realize that he's making this speech by himself in what is somebody's garage.
I thought it was an unfinished house.
There's a garage door. There's a garage door. It's like an unfinished basement with a garage door.
Exactly. Okay.
Speaking to himself. I don't know why this was recorded. When you click on the link, there's no explanation as to why he did this. Even
found a camera.
I guess so. It was the NFL that tweeted this out.
It was
at
Instamatic.
The best was that the clip itself, like on top of it, the NFL wrote, "So many chills." And I'm like, yeah, douche chills.
Yeah.
The worst kind of douche chills. So here's a madman just talking to himself in a garage about why the Patriots should win, giving them a pump-up pep talk. Take it away, Ray Lewis.
There's nothing new about this. This is the moment that we now have a chance to see again. 4 rings. And people telling us, they're telling us that we're okay with losing.
No, literally nobody is saying.
No, and then also,
that the Patriots
this is a
feel
moment
okay
that will
with
never
losing.
happen again, even though this is the 5th time. You understand? You'll never have this happen again. 5 times is not enough. You'll never win your 5th championship.
Like he said about probably 30 words there, and none of those 30 made sense.
Well, that's nothing new. That's by design.
They're telling you, you don't want this because you've had too many of them, huh? Literally no one is saying that.
Champions never be okay with losing. 5 rings. 5 rings says everything for what we've built. What we've done. It's never about the wins and losses. It's about the opportunity to be a champion for the rest of your life.
They are 4 times.
Yeah, and also, what is it? Championships don't matter unless you got them, and then you wear the ring.
And then you say, I'm a champion.
And then you can walk around because I can only say it once.
His words said very forcefully.
Like Charles Barkley says, I'm a... He can't even get the words out.
That's what the New England Patriots believe in. That's what our culture is. And guess what? It may be just us against the world. But who cares? Today is all that matters. Every time you snap the whistle, every time the ball moves.
Maybe I should stop clapping because the echo without the drywall is really killing the audio. If only someone would have finished the drywall before I made my speech in this unfinished garage.
This one's going to be for my unicycles.
Too much reverberation off the metal that is being shown on the side of the unfinished garage.
Today is all that matters. Every time you snap the whistle, every time the ball moves, you hit whatever's in front of you.
Tom Brady's supposed to hit whatever's in front of him?
Honestly, I think Ray Lewis just made this.
The mailman, look at you. Kapow! You're in front of me.
You know what's great is that, Terrell Owens did not make it into the Hall of Fame. And a lot of people are saying it's because of the off-the-field shenanigans. Yeah, Ray Lewis next year is, he's going to make it into the Hall of Fame.
Michael Irvin, stabbed a teammate with scissors and he's in. I mean, just, come on.
Terrell Owens got screwed.
Of course he did.
As screwed as it gets, and then he's going to go, Ray Lewis.
No.
No one knows where my white suit is. Somewhere covered in blood.
Yeah.
But I'm going to saunter on in and say, talking a madman in a half-built garage.
He talks like a reverend. That makes everything okay.
Real champions find the way to win because of fundamentals. That's why we're so doggone good. People want to talk about why we do what we do and why we're so consistent. Because we come to work every day, put on our hard hats, and regardless if you like us, you better respect us. Because if you don't, I promise you the scoreboard will. This is a chance to capture a legacy that's forever. And somebody will be inspired. But once you host the Lombardi Trophy, once you're able to see it one more time, once you're able to kiss it one more time, you will know that the New England Patriots, probably the greatest team of all time.
He loves that fake laugh.
Now that I think about it, if you win more Super Bowls than anyone else, you're probably better
than everyone else.
Let me do the math. 5 is bigger than 4.
What I'm about to say, I'm about to drop so much science, it makes me laugh.
I'm doing my Wiggins thing.
It's like a jungle time.
Probably the greatest moments of all time. It's your time now, Brady. It's your time, leader. It's your time, General. It's your time. Lead us to the next place.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Way to go, Ray Lewis. And listen, not to be outdone, somebody, whoever had him record this, say, hey, do the same thing for the Falcons. You have it?
No, I have, let me see here.
Yeah, you should have it right there. He did the exact same thing.
Yes, I did.
He spoke once again like a madman into the sky.
All right, here we go.
We young. We hungry. And there's an old lion sitting on the top of the hill.
Who's on top of John?
The top of the eagle, that's right. I don't know.
Who's sitting on you? I can't see.
I couldn't hear it. Play that again for me, please.
Falcon or eagle?
I'm John Wallach on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
We young. We hungry. And there's an old lion sitting on the top of the hill.
An old lion?
Yeah.
A lion on top of an eagle?
Yeah.
Where in nature does that happen?
Arby's. I'm hungry.
An old lion on top
There's
of an
an old
eagle.
lion on top of an eagle that's on top of an elephant who's got a stinger in his foot.
Going to the bathroom.
And then there's a mouse who pulls the stinger out. And then the elephant's like, all right, we're friends. But the tiger's not so sure, so he doesn't know how to stay on the eagle's head. The tiger's like, where are we going? The eagle's like, I can fly. And he's like, I'm scared of heights. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Sitting up there, controlling his pride. But there's this new wave. There's this new bird in time. There's this new thing that's called rise up. Rise up. Take it. You will not be given it. You must be the champion. If you're talking about a David and Goliath situation,
You know what this is just proving that Ray Lewis is 1,000% full of BS. Of course, just like I don't care. You give me anything, I'll give a pep talk about it. Oh, what? I'm speaking at the Pampas conference. You gotta build a diaper that keeps in the turds, cause a baby gonna crap. You gotta be the best diaper to keep in those turds.
Here's the
You wanna be the number one turd keeper? Pampas is going to it.
Here's the iWatch, the new iPhone 5. Here, you'll notice my screensaver is a tiger on top of an eagle.
Scott Zolak is calling my cell phone.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good.
Get him on. If he's going to call, he called at like 6 a.m. But why are you calling my cell phone?
I don't know.
in my eye to let me know, man, that you'll give anything you got today. Because today the Falcons fly off as champions. Imagine what that moment will feel like. Imagine what our city will feel like. Imagine
Be in the back of a cop car in Atlanta.
what we will feel like as brothers when we complete this. Imagine the highest scoring offense in the history of this game. One of the youngest defenses in football. We don't care about nothing else. All we care about is each other. What you can do for me, what I can do for you. Every time we strap up our helmets, we got to go full speed at this, man. We don't get this all we got. This is all we got. Falcons, rise up. Falcons, rise up. Atlanta, rise up. Matt Ryan, step up. Julio, step up.
Okay, you're naming people.
Right now. You got to outplan. You got to outplan.
Houston, jump on it. Jump on it. Jump on it.
Atlanta. Snap. When the whistle blow, beat your man.
Just like I beat that guy in the back of the car.
Atlanta, rise up and fish this unfinished garage. I'm screaming at.
Right.
Someday it is going to be luxurious. Possibly a man cave. Possibly a third bedroom. I'll paint it pink for our newborn child.
All right.
If it's a girl.
We will be right back here. John Walk with the headlines.
617-779-0985. Text 69985. Listen online at cbsbostonsports.com. Toucher and Rich. Sports Hub headlines.
For the first time ever, the Super Bowl went to overtime last night. And then for the fifth time, the Patriots won it.
James White was set behind Brady. Will move under center, trips to the right, Bennett to tight end left. Second and goal to go from the 2. Toss sweep right for James White, pucks it under the right arm, cuts it upfield, driving forward, diving to the goal line! A touchdown! And a title for the Patriots!
I can't believe it!
That is Bob Sosi and Scott Zolak here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. James White's third touchdown of the game not only capped the comeback from 28-3 down in the third quarter, it handed the Patriots a title, 34-28 in Super Bowl 51. Tom Brady won his record fourth Super Bowl MVP award. He threw for a game record 466 yards and 2 scores. The Patriots' latest victory parade begins at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Celtics extended their winning streak to 7 yesterday. Isaiah Thomas, a game-high 28 points. They beat the Clippers at TD Garden 107-102. Celtics lead both Washington and Toronto by 2.5 games for the 2 seed in the East. They kick off a 4-game West Coast road trip Wednesday night in Sacramento. And the 65th Bean Pot begins tonight at the Garden. Harvard plays Northeastern, and then defending champion BC plays BU. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by AdCare Hospital. If you or a loved one is struggling with alcohol or drug use, help is just around the corner. Call AdCare, 1-800-ALCOHOL. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update in 30.
Well, New England, stop me if you heard this one before. Here we are again for the 9th time. 9 times. Now that's some history right there. This wasn't supposed to happen this year of all years, but it did. The formula is pretty simple. Head down, do your job, one way, the only way, the Patriot way. A top-ranked defense that silenced doubters all season long. A methodical offense that'll pick you apart. And of course, the engineer who makes it all run. So you might want to make some space on that trophy shelf, Patriot Nation. Because the drive for 5 starts now. Here come the champions of the AFC.
What? No sleep! All America! Get license! America! Yes! America! America!
98.5 The Sports Hub. We are Toucher and Rich, and that is sounds of New England Patriots fans around the city celebrating.
We should plug a couple things because coming up in the show, there are 9:30. We are going to play. We're going to carry the presentation of the MVP trophy.
We're sure we got that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we are. So that is where Roger Goodell will be handing over the trophy to Tom Brady. We will be playing that at 9:30, carrying it live, and also at 9 o'clock if you missed it at the very beginning of the show. Like throughout, from about 4:30 to about 6. I kept getting, and Fred kept getting calls from Scott Zolak just on our cell phones, and he was been out all night with the Patriots. He went to all the parties, and he called in right at the beginning of the show.
Right.
And if you want to hear Scott Zolak, a very happy, very jacked Scott Zolak, we'll play that for you at 6 o'clock. He'd been hanging out with Pitbull.
9 o'clock, but yes.
Oh, yeah, 9 o'clock. He did it at 6. We'll play it at 9 o'clock so you can hear that. But it was a long night. He's got a couple stories of some of the people who were there and who weren't there, which was interesting.
All right, Paul, go ahead, sir.
Hey, yeah, I got to talk about this commercial, which I thought was great. What a subtle way for Brady to stick it to Roger. But my question is, if we had won, where would that commercial have gone? I mean, would they, Brady approving this? It dumbfounds me that how this whole thing came about. When was it approved? When was it filmed?
This stuff happens all the time. Like, do you remember when the Patriots had the perfect season on the line? They filmed 2 commercials that involved the 72 Dolphins. One was where the Patriots moved into Perfectville, do you remember? And then there was the one that ultimately aired when they won, and it was all of the 72 Dolphins sitting outside grilling in their neighborhood, and the Patriots van kept on driving. So
those Shields commercials look like they take a long time to shoot. So I can only imagine the effort that had to go into him doing those lines. I mean, they're shot in the waiting room. He has about 2 lines. I think they could get away with a couple takes.
If you don't know what he's talking about, last night there was, after the game was over, you've seen the Patriots Shields commercial that's been on for a while with Tom Brady, where he puts before getting an MRI, he puts his 4 rings in one of their lockers, and he goes, yeah, maybe I'll have another one soon, or something like that. Well, last night, here's how the new one aired.
Tom?
Hi.
Welcome to Shields MRI. Would you please remove all jewelry and place it in the locker?
Oh, yeah. Sure, no problem.
Tom Brady trusts Shields MRI. You can too.
Is that all?
Actually, no. I forgot this one. It's kind of new.
We're going to need to get you a bigger locker.
Roger that.
That was kind of interesting that someone talked him into doing that. I have to be honest. That's about as much jibbing as you'll ever hear Tom Brady do, because he's not going to give you anything today at 9:30. But that was a nice little subtle way of doing it.
Again, I'm just surprised that the Shields people were able to extend that budget.
Dude, they are getting so much viral hits this morning.
I understand, but I'm just saying to go through all the mechanics of shooting that scene again.
Although one of my favorite things that happened last night that is not game related, might be my favorite thing that happened, was that superfan Mark Wahlberg attended the game, and there was a video of him leaving right around the middle of the third quarter, and he's waving, and he's with his wife and his 2 kids, and they just take off. So he missed, of course, that unbelievably, it's the greatest comeback of all time in the Super Bowl, by far. And so everyone started giving him tons and tons of crap on Twitter last night after he left, because that video came out, and they're like, yeah, what are you doing? And of course, a couple minutes later, after the game was done, he had to tweet this. He goes, I had to leave the game early because my youngest son wasn't feeling well. Trust me, I would have loved to have been at the stadium, but family first doesn't mean I don't love my Patriots too, heart emoji.
All right.
That's something I believe.
Okay. Well, listen, the guy left the football game early. Derek has a point on that. Derek, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
This is actually Dylan, not Derek. I don't know what.
Well, it's a bird answering the phone. So
yeah, I was going to talk about Mark Wahlberg leaving. I saw that, but do you guys think he actually left because of that?
No.
I mean, you don't think so?
No, I don't. No, I don't at all. I think he thought, like everyone else did, that it was a blowout. It's the same way that Donald Trump, who was holding a Super Bowl party, apparently left his party as well because he just didn't want to sit around and see it. As a matter of fact, this is a report that came out. This is from the Pool, watching, Pool reporter at Donald Trump's Super Bowl party. It said, I believe it or not,
reporter,
yes,
at Donald Trump's Super Bowl party.
It said, as of 8:57 p.m., the motorcade is rolling from the Trump International Golf Club as Super Bowl 51 continues, but the president's preferred team trailing. A mix of club staff and party guests stood under the covered entrance where the president departed. Pool had loaded back into Pool vans minutes into the second half and is listening to the play-by-play on the radio. leaving the club pool past walls lined with framed photos, magazine covers, and other mementos, most including Trump, but others with sports stars. 2 of the framed pools spotted containing ratings charts showing The Apprentice on top. There's also a plaque showing members with holes in one on the course. Mr. Trump was one of them.
Well,
so, yes, he ended up leaving at 8:57 when things
none of that is interesting until he had the poll numbers up of his show.
Which is pretty great.
Frame that and put that right on the wall.
I have news for you. If Mark Wahlberg wants to leave a game at halftime, I don't think that's the end of the world.
Well, I think, no, you don't think that he wanted to be just like last time they won the Super Bowl, Tom Brady's Papa John. He wanted to be the first one to give him a big hug and to give him a kiss.
Well, he wouldn't be down there to do that.
Sure he would have. He did last time.
Not Papa John.
Oh, no, I'm saying he wouldn't want to be Peyton's, like what Peyton was to Papa John.
No. Papa John, no one gets that access.
Well, I mean, that's the truth. First one.
I mean, Wahlberg's not going to be down next to Tom Brady.
Well, he was 2 games ago.
Yeah, it's not the Super Bowl. It was
the Super Bowl
2 Super Bowls ago, and he smooched him right there on the sideline.
Yes. Walked right up to him. He goes, "You're the greatest. You know you're the greatest. You know that. You know that. Come on, you know."
On the sidelines?
No, on the field. Came on the field
after the game was over.
Yeah, just like Papa John did.
No, Papa John did it on the sideline.
That was a quick smooch on the sideline.
But the game was over.
Left him.
But the game was over.
No, the immediate time it ended.
Okay,
Papa John was out there.
Yeah, Mark.
Yes.
Then he definitely beats him by about 3 minutes because Mark Wahlberg was probably about 3 minutes after.
All right. Well, listen. If Mark Wahlberg wants to leave the game, and he says he has a sick kid, what are you going to do about it? Papa John, no relationship with the Patriots, obviously.
Yeah.
He didn't even bring pies by the.
I was going to ask
the
about
Radio
that.
Row.
Didn't happen.
He gave me a nice $10 gift certificate. And I said, "Hey, how's it going?" I said, "I really can I get a picture with you?" He goes, "Yeah, absolutely, come in here." And he goes, "My name's John." And I went, "Yeah."
Did you say? No kidding.
give me a little fist bump.
And immediately the turkey timers in my shirt went boom. Nipples.
Give me a fist
My
bump.
name's John. Oh, you modest son of a bitch! Of course, you're Papa John.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know that. All right, we will return.
The games are only half of it. Dutcher and Rich, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the near hash of the 36. Shotgun snap to Brady. Stands in, throws down the middle for Edelman. Ball's tipped, and Julian diving for it. As Olford cut in front of the receiver, Edelman has it. Did he make the catch? He did!
You gotta be
at
kidding
the
me.
40.
You know, Alfred, it was cover 5. He made a decent play. Thankfully, he didn't finish it. And, I just tried to track it, and hey, the bang play. You got to tip your hat to Atlanta. They played a really good football game. They're a really good team, and thankfully we were able to make more plays again.
98.5 The Sports Hub, where Toucher and Rich in the morning drive is driven by the professional grade GMC Sierra. They're saying, I guess this could change, that yesterday's Super Bowl was slightly down.
The ratings
from the year before, yeah.
Well, that is believable. The reason is that at the half, a lot of people probably turned it off. They said, "This is going to be why would I watch? We know who's going to win." Atlanta is a team that doesn't have a huge fan base. It's not like the Steelers or even the Patriots, for that matter. And why would you want to sit around and watch a team that you don't care about win the Super Bowl eventually?
I don't know, because you're seeing an upset. You're seeing a dynasty lose. I think there's a lot of storylines.
But you're not Joe Average Super Bowl watcher. You're somebody who likes watching the NFL. The reason they get 100 million viewers is because there's half of that doesn't normally watch football, and those are the people that they really couldn't care less. Lady Gaga's done. All right, that's fine. We know it's going to be a blowout. Why would I need to watch this? So that's why it's down. I'm sure
I
from
think
last
it's down
year.
because of all the other games have been down too. I mean, just it's a trend in the NFL that the games are down.
But except for the playoffs this year.
Patriots in Seattle, I was looking this morning, was a 49.7, and last night's overnights was a 48.8, I believe.
Okay. There you go.
All right. So this
nationwide.
This is something that was interesting. It was one of the few things that at halftime actually made me laugh. And that is that Bird, of course, who works here on our show,
who just came in and randomly hugged me earlier in the show today.
Still haven't pieced that one together yet.
No, not
even
at
though
all.
he kind of in Bird language he explained it, but I don't.
I think it was more just like I want to be on TV.
That could be it. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That could be it.
It's just I want to be on the cameras.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
So Bird forwarded me a video that, according to Bird, this is a relative of a relative of a friend of a relative. Just know it's somebody that is somehow connected a dot.
Someone from Everett?
From him to Bird.
Okay. Someone from Everett. Just say someone from Everett.
He's in the Bird circle.
Got it.
And this is at halftime, this gentleman. He's got his shirt off. Is his shirt off, right, Bird? Or am I just imagining that just from... Oh, okay. Oh, it's on. But he's sleeveless and ripped. He's very angry, and it's tight.
He's sleeveless and ripped.
Very angry.
I got it.
And
all right.
This was something that one of Bird's friends of a friend recorded yesterday at halftime.
At this point, second half, you're down by 19 points. I tell you what I do. Everybody's already counting me out. Everybody already said we lost. So I'm going to go out there like a man possessed. I'm going to rip heads from bodies. I'm going to separate human beings in half. I'm going to go out there like a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm going to remove everything in my path. And you know, tonight, you will meet your maker. And I'm going to arrange the meeting.
What?
Is
he talking about...
He's going to murder someone.
Yeah. Is he talking about he's going to murder the Falcons, or is he just going to go out and murder someone generally?
He said, I'll tell you what I would do. I would get in the game, and I would murder people.
Right.
This is, once again, they're down by 19 at the halftime.
Why is he not playing then? He seems like he'd be awful aggressive.
Why is his face very red? Why isn't it very, very red?
Well, that's a combination of rage and blue nun.
Blue nun?
Yeah, that's what that combination is.
Is it really?
At this point, second half, you're down by 19 points. I tell you what I do. Everybody's already counting me out. Everybody already said we lost. So I'm going to go out there like a man possessed. I'm going to rip heads from bodies. I'm going to separate human beings in half. I'm going to go out there like a fire-breathing dragon, and I'm going to remove everything in my path. And you know, tonight, you will meet your maker. And I'm going to arrange the meeting.
No. Actually, what's going to happen is you're going to sit back down.
Have another beer.
You're probably going to pass out in 4 minutes.
Go to sleep.
Right. Yep. You just used up all of the energy that you have left in your liquor-riddled body.
Yep.
And you're going to be passed out on the couch by them. You won't see any of this epic comeback.
All right, Stefan or Steven, I don't know. Bird took your call. Go ahead.
Stefan.
Well, hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, good morning.
I am about to hop on a plane in Chicago and go back to celebrate, but I just wanted to talk about Matt Patricia. An amazing adjustment going into the second half. I mean, held them to no points. The defense stepped up finally, and it looked really good.
Yeah. Now, Atlanta contributed a little bit to that with their play selection.
When they threw on
third and one from a shotgun with the back staggered forward, so there was no threat of him handing off.
Yeah, I don't think that the Patriots defense last night
and then
covered himself in glory.
Devontae Freeman completely whiffed on a blitz pickup.
Yeah, forcing that fumble, obviously, at a very opportune time, that massively helped. I mean, yeah, it was, listen, they started playing like the Patriots in the second half.
I mean, I don't think their defense played very well.
The second half they did.
Second half they were much better, but Atlanta certainly contributed problems as well.
They held the best offense in the NFL to, what was it, 0 points? 3 points?
They were up 21-3 at the half.
Okay, 21, that's right. And they scored one more when they came back.
Yes, they were up 28-3 with about 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
28-3 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
But was that the pick six though?
Pick six came in the first half.
Okay, that's right.
Pick six came in the first half.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out and start lauding the defense performance last night.
No, the interesting thing about this is Kyle Shanahan could not have looked better early, and then just how can you run the football 5 times after going up 28-3?
Because
how does that happen?
Because you start out thinking yourself. You start anticipating that everyone's got the book on you.
It's all basic stuff. Give the ball to...
And
by the way, Atlanta was running the football up and down the field.
I know, and it's just like the Steelers ran on first down every single possession they had against New England.
Hey, look, as a Patriots fan, I'm overjoyed, but it's just incredible stupidity. I can't believe that was the play calling.
No,
good for the Patriots for taking advantage of it.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, he overthought. He thought in his mind, they had come up after the half. They'd come up with some brilliant. Played like crap in the first half.
Atlanta did what the Giants did to the Patriots in 2 previous Super Bowls. They got in his face. They got him flustered. Even when he had receivers open, he missed Edelman a couple of times, and then even
Edelman had some drops.
Even on balls that got there, Edelman dropped passes. I mean, so did Amendola. I mean, the offense in general did not play well.
Yeah.
And then Atlanta decided to be stupid. And lo and behold, Patriots found their way back in the game.
Yep. That's what happens to all these coaches is they're so intimidated by the Patriots that they don't do what's working. I mean, same thing happened to the Steelers. They got so predictable on offense. Instead of being patient, hand off on first down, then they throw deep. Instead of taking what the defense gives you. That's all.
I mean, I was watching Nate Solder in the first half. He could not have been worse.
No.
Yeah.
He was awful in the first half. Did he hit anybody? Did he block anybody in the first half?
The whole line looked confused.
He was awful. Yeah, Tooney got tossed around. It was bad. I said the first sack of the game, Shaq Mason got thrown back into the quarterback.
Yeah. All right, we will return. There will be no commercials here, just the headlines, and we'll hear from Scott Zolak, who's been up all night.
From the Town Fair Tire Studio, this is the home of the 5-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. WBZ FM and HD1 Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Toucher and Rich on CSN. I'm Tom Giles with a Chevrolet Sports Net Central update. The Patriots, your Super Bowl champs, after completing an historic 25-point comeback against the Falcons last night. Going into the fourth quarter, they had less than a 3% chance of winning the ball game, but they did just that. Tom Brady and the Pats down 28-3 midway through the third quarter. In the fourth, James White goes in from a yard out. That made it 28-26. Then the Pats go for two. Danny Amendola crosses the goal line, so it's 28-all, less than a minute to play. The Patriots then force the Falcons to punt. We go to overtime. Patriots get the ball first. James White off the toss from Brady gets in, and that's your game winner, his third touchdown. Patriots score 31 unanswered points to win at 34-28, erasing a 25-point deficit. Their fifth Super Bowl, and Tom Brady named the Super Bowl MVP for the fourth time.
They're all special, and 2 years ago it came down to Malcolm making it play, and this year down 25 points. I mean, it's hard to imagine us winning, but it took a lot of great plays, and that's why you play to the end.
We're world champions, so I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have some beers. I'm going to have a great time, and we're going to celebrate.
Yeah, it's a parade year. They happen more often than leap years. And you can check out that Patriots parade Tuesday at 11 a.m. through the streets of Boston. That's it for this Chevrolet Sportsnet Central update. I'm Tom Giles.
On the snap. The staggered stance. He'll take it. Backs up. A blitzer coming. And Hightower gets to the quarterback. Ball is loose. Patriots sacking Ryan and recovering at the 25. Alan Branch comes away with a football force. Had a fumble by Ryan off the sack by Hightower.
This is a massive, massive mistake.
Drop it!
98.5 Sports Hub. We're Toucher and Rich. The previous CBS Sports Minute with Boomer Esiason was brought to you by Commonwealth Insurance Partners. Let's go to...
Well, real quick, let's just once again plug. We have coming up in 10 minutes the MVP trophy ceremony where Roger Goodell will be handing over the trophy to Tom Brady. Right now, Roger Goodell on our feed that we have is just... I guess they're patting themselves in the back at what a great job that they did at the Super Bowl in Houston.
Ceremoniously handing over the Super Bowl to Minneapolis. Kyle, go ahead.
Yeah, let me start by saying first time, long time, love the show.
Thanks, man.
I was just wondering if there's any other Patriots fan a little aggravated about Willie McGinnis getting a trophy taken away from him by Michael Strahan. If anybody shouldn't be allowed to touch that trophy, it's Michael Strahan. I'm going to hang up and listen to you on the radio.
I do know that McGinnis had somewhat of a potty mouth on TV. Had a couple, I think, F-bombs slide through there as he was walking past the camera.
I thought it was strange. I mean, I wasn't angry about it, but I thought it was strange. I mean, it's apropos. You have the ex-Patriot carry it to the stage, hand it to the current Patriots. I mean, McGinnis won the thing 3 times, but handing it to Strahan, who beat the Patriots in a Super Bowl, for him to deliver it to the stage is very weird.
I don't know. Strahan has a relationship with Kathy Lee. I mean, that should tell you all you need to know right there. I mean, you give the trophy to the guy who's got the best relationships. What's McGinnis got? Some guru? Some diet guru? Please.
You mean Kelly Ripa? I don't think Kathy Lee.
I think he knows Kathy Lee.
He probably does.
Yeah. I think he knows every one of the New York morning shows. Derek, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I disagree with your take before about not giving too much credit to the Patriot defense. They shut down that high-powered Atlanta offense over the last 23 minutes of the game, allowed the Patriots offense to come back and eventually win that game. So I do think that the defense gets a lot of credit for that victory. And again, 14 of those points that the Falcons scored were directly as a result of Patriots turnovers. So if you kind of look at it, the defense basically only gave up 14 points the entire game.
Well, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Blunt's fumble was in Atlanta territory. The offense had to go down and score, right?
The only argument you can make is the pick six. Yeah, you can't argue the LeGarrette Blunt fumble.
Yeah, well,
they played well They played well after they gave up the first touchdown in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that they gave up, about 14 points, mainly from turnovers, but the defense came up huge. I mean, 23 minutes holding the high-powered Atlanta offense to 0 points. You got to give them a lot of credit for that.
They gave up 21 points.
Sir?
They gave up 21 points to the Atlanta offense.
Said Blunt's fumble was inside the Atlanta 30.
The final 23 minutes of the game, the Falcons were held scoreless. They were held scoreless the entire fourth quarter and the last 8 minutes of the third quarter after they went up 28-3.
No, that's true. But will you also admit that Atlanta's play calling was horrible? For example,
in the second half,
I interviewed Matt Ryan after the game, and he said that they do what they do best. In other words, they throw the ball. They're a potent offense, 33.8 points a game during the season. So they do what they do, and you don't take away what they do best. But the defense really, I mean, guys, think about it. That defense just came up huge.
People are underestimating, too, that flower sack at the end that kept them out of field goal territory.
Well, that was after a holding penalty that pushed them back to the edge of field goal range.
Right.
I mean, that's after Julio Jones's great catch put him in chip shot range. And then you have 3rd and 1 inside the Patriots 30, and they decide to throw, and you have a Hightower blitzing off the edge. Devontae Freeman completely whiffs on blitz pickup, and it's a turnover.
All right, we have to break because when we get back, will be the big MVP ceremony.
You're listening to Toucher and Rich, 98.5 Sports Hub.
The games are only half of it. This is where Boston talks sports. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
The New England Patriots have won their 5th Super Bowl. Big-time bats.
Down 28-3 with just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. The Patriots scored 31 unanswered points, and in the first overtime game in Super Bowl history, they beat Atlanta 34-28. Tom Brady threw a pick six as his team fell behind 21-0 in the first half, but the ending was more than worth it.
That was exactly the way we didn't plan it. That was everything we didn't want to do in the first half, and it was better in the second half, so it was a great, just a hell of a football game.
He wound up throwing for a Super Bowl record 466 yards and a pair of touchdowns. James White's 2-yard touchdown run on the first drive of overtime won it. Brady voted the Super Bowl MVP for a record 4th time. Celtics won their 7th in a row, 107-102 over the LA Clippers. They're off the next 2 nights. They kick off a West Coast road trip in Sacramento Wednesday night. And the Beanpot begins tonight. Boston College, the defending champion. They'll play BU in the second game. Harvard and Northeastern start things at TD Garden at 5. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Boston Laser. Do what Gerard Mayo did and start seeing 2020 with a LASIK procedure at Boston Laser, 866-77-LASER. I'm John Wallach at Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update in 30 minutes.
Every day is game day around here.
Now I know what the villagers of Pompeii felt like.
It's the Toucher and Rich Show, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
98.5 The Sports Hub. We are Toucher and Rich. We will carry live when Goodell hands over the MVP trophy to Tom Brady right now. The people of Houston, gave themselves a big pat on the back, and now the people in Minnesota are doing the same. And this will be it. This marks the official end of the Deflategate saga. There can be nothing else.
No. This is it. We talked about this during the week. This is the perfect ending. The way to put a period on the end of the sentence and have everyone move
disclaimers
on. You close the book, you put it away, and you move on. I could not agree with you more. Time's up. There is no other argument to have. Rich? Brady's stuck it
the
to
Patriots,
him. You win the MVP. You get the commissioner handing it over to you.
The Patriots won Deflategate. Now that it's all over with.
Yes.
In the season that he got the 4-game suspension and the $1 million, and I know there's the draft pick, fine, but they won.
They won.
You have your moment. It's perfect. It's the way that it was the wet dream of every Patriots fan. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have them shove it in your face, and when Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl and is the MVP and has to get that trophy from your hands,
he should have gone to James White.
Which is not quite true, but
I don't know. There's arguments.
No, Tom Brady threw more yards than any other quarterback in Super Bowl history.
What did I just
he
see?
set like a ton of records.
James White outperformed other MVPs, though. But he
didn't do what Tom Brady
did.
In
any other year, he'd win it, but not this year.
Tom Brady is the reason.
Maybe the fix was in.
So we will. This is the ending that everyone wanted. And this is the one that in people's wildest dreams, this is how far it went. So we all agree that this is going to be the end of it when he hands over the trophy.
Unless you are a sick human being, this is going to kill Hurley. Now he's just a historian on a matter that's passed.
This has got to be angering him. He's on a plane at the moment and can't watch this.
Oh, you know he's watching it. You know he's found some way to get this up.
Well, if he flew JetBlue, he's got a good shot at it. But I
don't know if JetBlue's rocking the Goodell press conference.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Alex. Alex, go ahead.
Well, guys, I'm just so glad there's nothing controversial that we have to debate about this game.
God bless you.
It was a clean game.
Yep.
We don't have any ref botching the call, although they botched that when we blocked, we almost blocked that field goal or not field goal, extra point there in the first half.
Yeah, that was a sucky call, but what are you going to do, right?
But there was no, there's nothing that we need to defend, right? There's no controversy.
There is none.
Game. There was no bad call from a ref that changed something.
Nope.
There's nothing that we have to make an excuse for.
Nope.
So.
As a matter of fact, there was at the beginning in the first half when the Patriots kept getting all those holding calls going against the Falcons. They kept getting first downs. I was thinking to myself, now, I don't want to hear any Patriots fan complain that Goodell's they're under their control and these guys are working for Goodell, because that was ridiculous. How many did they get on that drive? 3? They get 3 holding calls?
Yes.
But they were all clear as day. So no one could argue.
Listen,
hey,
you're right. There was there's nothing. It's over.
Agreed.
There's nothing.
Agreed. This is going to be interesting. And they're showing the dumbest. You could tell that somebody in Minnesota made this video. It's like, hey, all these people in Minnesota throwing a football to each other. There's a kid in a sled.
There's a guy
there's a hockey player.
Ice skating rink.
Look at all that Super Bowl's going to suck.
I think it's going to rule.
In Minnesota? Who wants to go to Minnesota?
Me. Fred Toucher wants to go to Minneapolis.
I want to go to Minneapolis.
I have no interest. Unlike you, Rich, I have no interest in going to Minneapolis.
I want to go to Paisley Park. That's it. I want to see where Prince is.
Park.
I thought they're making a museum.
Nope.
Where's the club that the time and the Prince performed
First
at?
Avenue.
First Avenue. I'd go there.
I want to go to First Avenue. I want to go to the Triple Rock.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff I want to do there.
Well, I could have sworn they were giving tours soon.
No, they cut it. They gave them like a weekend to do them, and then they shut them down.
Oh.
So, believe me, if you could do a tour of Paisley Park, I'd do it twice.
I'm at officialpaisleypark.com, and it says buy tickets now.
Oh, I thought you couldn't tour it anymore.
I think that was something that they kind of went back and forth on, and now they're opening it up. His estate's trying to make money. They just put him on Spotify for the first time, or it's going to be coming on soon on streaming devices. I think you're able to now any kind of like one of those services you can get it now, which you couldn't for years. $38.50 to tour Paisley Park. I would do that.
So now everyone wants to go to Minneapolis. In fact, it's the only destination that the Patriots could go to over the course of our employment here that I'd want to go to.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah, but did they have a Super Bowl in New Orleans?
Miami. I want to go to Miami.
Did they have a Super Bowl?
Yes, there has been a Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Since we were here.
Yes. Like last year, right?
No, it was either last year or the 2 year or 3 years ago.
It was the one where it was remember the power went out. It was the 49ers versus the Baltimore Ravens.
That's right.
So New Orleans.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. And then Miami in 2 years?
Miami, it goes Minneapolis, Miami, L.A.
No, it doesn't. It goes Minneapolis, Atlanta.
Miami, LA.
That's right. Atlanta's got the new one. So Minneapolis,
Atlanta, L.A. No, Minneapolis, Atlanta, L.A.
I like all those. Because L.A., we get to record the show.
There you go.
You're getting way ahead of yourself if you think this team's making the Super Bowl in 3 years. Steve, go ahead.
Hello?
Next year.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Love the show.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on is Minnesota won't shut up. They just keep talking.
Yeah, the guy from Minnesota.
In our press conference.
Let's do the MVP ceremony here.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, actually, just wanted to see if you guys think Brady's going to retire after this.
Well, the word is that the Patriots want to sign him next offseason to another extension where he would play.
All right, here we go. Bring it up. Bring up the audio.
All right, audio up. Here's Roger Goodell.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Love the show.
Thanks, man. Not you.
People of Houston, we couldn't be more grateful. You were just simply extraordinary, and we thank you. To the people of Minnesota, and we look forward to being at U.S. Bank Stadium next February 4th. This is going to be a terrific event also, and we're just very excited about it. If you don't mind, though, we're going to get a couple days of sleep before we think about it. But this is the first Super Bowl 52 ball, and so to make this official, you were on the clock, Minnesota. And we are going to allow you, Mayor, I think, to toss it over to Minnesota. All right. Good job. Pictures? Is that it? Congratulations. Congratulations. Proud, Brett. I know you will. I know you will. You'll be great. Thanks. Thanks.
But the media people are not leaving, so it seems to me like there's going to be a break here.
Hang on, so Goodell just left the press conference.
Right. But again, the media is still there. So I think there's going to be something else. They moved the background away from behind the podium, and maybe they're going to move a new background in.
There's a fat guy with a bunch of laminates walking around. Okay, they're bringing in a new background.
Yes.
Which says the Super Bowl, which maybe this is the MVP background.
Yes. So, yeah, there'll be a small break here, and then we'll get to see what we were looking for here.
All right. Do we take a break?
No. Okay,
No,
let's take a call then.
Right.
Any second now. The much-awaited moment where Goodell eventually hands over the MVP trophy to Tom Brady.
All right, Joe, go ahead.
And it will be orgasmic.
Joe, go ahead. Joseph, hello.
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Good. I just want to talk about how awful Atlanta play calling was in those last few drives in Shanahan, and how it just fed into the Patriots coming back and winning, and especially on third and short there when he got sacked out of field goal range. I just had a feeling Pats are going to win.
Yeah, Shanahan got into a situation where he started to outsmart himself. When they preached patience and they saw. You saw in the Pittsburgh game that things were open, that you could, kind of dink and dunk down the field. And, they were running the ball well. And it just seemed like when New England started performing offensively that Shanahan started to outthink himself.
If for no other reason than to give your defense a rest.
Right.
The defense had been on the field for an enormous amount of time. On 3rd and 1, you've been able to run the football pretty darn well. Run the football. You're already in field goal range. You kick the field goal and the game's over.
That's the thing if it's not even about, giving your defense a rest. It's just that you're in field goal range. You get Yeah, you win the game. If you don't get sacked there, you win the game.
That's true. It's an ancillary benefit to keep your defense off the field. But either way, 3rd and 1, you should be able to get 1 yard on that Patriots
And even
defense.
if you don't, you win the game. That's the game-winning field goal. So that's what is going on. All right, the MVP trophy presentation's coming up.
Not quite. We're almost there.
No, we're getting there. It looks like they're actually teasing it right now, thank goodness.
Okay.
The whole let's pat ourselves in the back because we're from Minneapolis.
We need to hear more about Minnesota. Hey, throw that football. You from Houston, throw that football to the guy in the corner from Minnesota so he can ceremonially pass the torch and get ready for cold weather.
This is how ridiculous this has become, is that we got to watch the stupid MVP presentation.
But then it's over. It's over.
Let's just say
this is
over
it.
now.
The last hurdle to get over. The finish line's right in front of you.
How much would it have sucked if it was James White?
It would have been great.
It would have sucked.
We wouldn't have been vamping. I'll tell you that much. We would have got a commercial break
come on,
by now.
Fred. This is the perfect thing for you because if it was James White, then it wouldn't be over.
Well, then what would people want?
Ask Hurley. But he's the one who said it wouldn't be over.
Hurley's a lunatic.
He agrees it's over now. Once he gets
he agrees.
He did on Twitter this morning.
I don't believe him.
He has. It's in writing, which means we can sue him if he brings it back up.
All right. I don't know what to do. Let's break, and then we can break into the break.
Sounds good. If it happens, we will come back.
All right. We'll be back.
Toucher and Rich. 98.5, the Sports.
That we have here have set new bars across the league. 5 Super Bowl championships and 4 MVPs for Tom Brady, cementing his legacy as not just a great Super Bowl performer, but maybe one of the greatest players of all time. And this duo, Coach Belichick, with his success of 5 Super Bowls, cementing his legacy as perhaps the best coach of all time. And it's a great honor for us, for me personally, to have both of these guys here this morning. So, Tom, come on up. Get your trophy. You want the MVP trophy? The MVP trophy is You can throw that around.
Gotta get one good one there.
Put it down here. Okay. Oh, yes.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice to see you guys early this morning. It's a late night, not much sleep. But thank you all for being here. Do we have questions?
Last time you won MVP, you know what you did with the truck.
Yep.
What are your plans this year?
I think James White deserves it. Be nice for him. But, it took a real team effort. There were so many plays. I got back to my room last night and pretty late and was still pretty wired. So I watched the highlights and, you just go through the sequence of all those plays and how many critical plays needed to be made. And Coach talks about situational football, and there was so much of that went on to score 2 two-point plays like we did down 16 against, a great football team. And it was just a great team performance. So I'm so proud to be a part of this team. We faced a lot of adversities over the course of the year and overcame it with a lot of mental toughness. And it was just a great way to really culminate the season. We've gotten to this game before and not finished it off the way that we wanted. And, it took a kind of a miraculous effort to do it. And just so happy that we were able to get it accomplished.
Tom, right here, Tom Lydon from Fox 25. First of all, congratulations. Secondly, a little housekeeping first. Do you have any update on where the jersey is? And then the third part of the question is this. What can happen? Is this the next step in the process to improve the relationship between you and the commissioner?
Well, I didn't. The jersey, I put it in my bag and then I came out and it wasn't there anymore. So it's unfortunate because that's a nice piece of memorabilia. So if it shows up on eBay somewhere, someone let me know. Try to track that down. So it's just such an exciting game, and it's an honor to be here and have the commissioner present us with this trophy. It certainly means a lot, and my kids will be happy to see that trophy. They always ask, "Daddy, what about the trophy?" And I get to bring them one home, so it's pretty cool.
Tom, Peter Schrager, NFL Network and Fox Sports. You mentioned the adversity and what you've had to deal with this year, both professionally and personally. Last night, when you get back, you get a chance to consult the whole thing and take it all in. What are your reactions when it's just you and your family and you're in an intimate setting on what this last year has been like?
Well, it's just, it's a lot of emotion, and, football is such an emotional sport. And, you come after a game where it's a long game, it's 4 hours long, and there's the highs and the lows. And being in there at halftime, we weren't feeling great about, how we had played, but we still really didn't feel out of the game. And then, got off to a slow start in the third quarter, then finally got, started executing a lot better, certainly on offense. So you're pretty spent after the game, and I think there's a lot of emotions from the lows of, not playing great to the highs of playing great. And then finally, at the end, it was just a great way to finish. So to celebrate with my teammates and then to see my family, it was just a night I'll never forget. So it was it's just a great win for our team. And like I said, there's so many great teams I've been a part of, and just happy that this team, will be able to be mentioned with some of those other great teams because of ultimately the way that we finished the season.
Tom, just here, Matthew Cherry from Gridiron Magazine. It's well documented that Joe Montana is a childhood hero of yours. What does it mean personally to surpass what he did and indeed any other quarterback by winning the 5th Super Bowl?
Yeah, I was, blessed to grow up in the Bay Area at a great time, and we went to a lot of 49er games over the years, and, Steve Young and Joe Montana were my idols, and they still are. So every time I get around either of them, I get, just excited to see them. So, for me to be able to be a part of 5 championship teams is, it's a great feeling just because I've been a part of 5 great teams, and all those teams have been different in their own way, and it's so hard to win. And we've just been blessed to be able to be a part of a great organization that it's a lot of great teammates over the years, so many great coaches that put us in a position to win, and that's all you can hope for as a player. And our coaches, they put us in the position to win, and then, we as players, we go out and we try to, lay it all on the line. And, it's great for this team to be able to lay it on the line like we did last night, with everything at stake, and then make enough plays to win the game against a team that, was a great team. They gave us all we could handle. And, I give them a lot of credit. They're a great football team. Matt played a great game. Their defense played a great game. They had pressure on us all night, and again, it took a lot of great plays for us to overcome the deficit and the hole that we dug, but, we were able to do it, and, we'll be able to celebrate together, for a long time. So I think that's just a great feeling.
Morning, Tom. Sal Palantoni from ESPN.
Morning, Sal.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tom, after the game, I saw you on the riser, and you were looking for your mom. And then you had that moment with her. Describe that moment and what it was like for you and your mother.
It was great. It was great. She's been through a lot, way harder than what I went through last night, way harder than what our team went through last night. And my dad's been there every step of the way. So they set such a great example for me, and, all families go through challenging times personally, but, she has a lot of support and a lot of love, and I was just happy last night to be able to celebrate with her. And, she hadn't been to a game all year, so what a hell of a game for her to be at. And, it was really great. It was great to celebrate. My sisters were there, my wife, I had all my kids, my little girl was there. And so it'll be nice to go home and spend some time with them. They haven't had their dad around very much lately, so it'll be nice to go home and be a dad for a little bit.
Morning, Tom. Frank Carpano from NBC 10 in Providence. I was wondering what your perspective was on Julian's catch, and if you've seen the video, and if your opinion of it has changed at all.
Yeah, I saw the catch on those beautiful screens in that stadium, and that was a ridiculous play. I mean, just unbelievable. Jules has had a great season, great career. I mean, he's matured so much as a player, and he's one of my best friends, and I trust him so much. He's always someone I'm looking for, and it was a big situation, and we've had a few catches like that go against us. And it was nice for one to go for us at a big moment. So it was a big play on that drive, and I still don't know how he came up with it, but he did, and it was a great play at a great time.
Morning, Tom. Ben Volen from the Boston Globe. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Last 2 Super Bowls, America's gotten to learn about a couple of unsung heroes for you guys. Last time, Malcolm Butler. This time, James White.
Yeah.
His season didn't end so great in Denver last year. Can you talk about some of the growth you've seen out of James White this year?
Yeah, I was telling Coach earlier, James White is like my oldest son. Like, he just does everything right, and you can never get mad at him. Because even when he doesn't make the play, he feels worse about it than you do, So he's just the best teammate. He's an incredible player. He's been that way since he really assumed that big role when Deion got hurt last year. And I'm so proud of him and everything he's accomplished. I've seen him grow from a rookie, to working his tail off to becoming a big factor in all these games. And that particular role in our offense, in the Kevin Falk mold, in the, Danny Woodhead mold, in the Shane Vereen mold, and ultimately, what, Deion and what James have done has been incredible for our offense because they're tough matchups. And not only can they run, and not only can they catch, but they pass protect too. And there's a lot of toughness, and they're so well coached by Ivan Fears, who's a great coach for our team, and he gets those guys so ready every week. And, it's just a great performance by him when we needed it the most on the biggest stage, and he really came through for us.
Hey, Tom. Tom, over here. We saw the emotion from you a couple times last week. We saw the emotion from you last night. I was just wondering how you went about compartmentalizing all of that for those 4.5 hours yesterday, and how important that was.
Yeah. I'm a pretty emotional guy, so that's for the most part during the game, it's channeled toward, the emotion of the game and bringing my enthusiasm and energy for our team. Coach always says, we play once a week, and there's 3 hours where you need to be ready to go, and you got to put, everything aside over the course of the week to build for those 3 hours. And, our team's done a great job of doing that. So football is a game of energy and emotion and attitude. And this team showed that all those things, are positive. Even, last time we lost was against Seattle at home. And we had 4 shots from the 1-yard line and couldn't get in. And, we talked last night or the day before the game about,